too late to run off to mom now.
These matches are going to be even more ridiculous.
If you know anything about Street Fighter, you do not doubt the GOAT.
My man is always getting go. You thought I was playing? Oh, you're hell again. Help me out, Nadeshko.
Look how much it means to him. Wow!
And Hibiki, back after the ultimate improvement.
I'll show you.
Power to the earth.
See what I'm really made.
The honor was mine. I'll settle this.
Let's begin.
Are you serious? My man is reading right now. My man is reading. Skip to my rules at the end of you know.
All right, and good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Sets here on a Monday night on Capcom Fighters, where we pit two extremely good players, some vocal players, ones with great personality on the show, and then we have them play a first to 10 exhibition as well. I'll be one of your hosts once again tonight, Jammerz, alongside me. He looks good, he looks raring to go. I think he's itching to say something. Veggey, let the people know what's up.
Did you just compliment me, Jammerz?
I
That's
did.
too kind.
For
That's
a change.
I did not expect that. I am really humbled right now. And I am, as you know, everyone's favorite Brit, Veggey, straight from London. Casting here with you today, getting ready for our first trip to the Asian region for sets.
Yeah.
And kind of like, for some people, it might be a set that you haven't seen too many times, like with a player that's very known and a player that's not as known, but both very good players. So we're looking into getting a really good set, I think, today.
Yeah.
On sets.
It's definitely going to be interesting. And I just want to say as well, this is our 10th episode of the new series on Capcom Fighters here, the exhibitions and sets.
What?
So shout outs to, Veggey, Matthew Edwards, the street writer, the visual platform stream team, everyone that put this together. We're 10 episodes in, and we also got shout out to people at home for tuning in, locked in each and every week, hearing what the players have to say and enjoying the GGs as well. We couldn't bring this, or we couldn't put this together without you guys, and we just tried to provide and entertain you guys as much as possible. But tonight's exhibition, Richard, roll the graphics so the people know. Once again, if you didn't realize, tonight we're going to be heading over to the Asian region, like Veggey said, and we're going to be having Xian coming on, and we're going to have the boy Oswald as well. I want to give this guy a voice because I think he's really good at the game. He came third at last year's online CPT for Southeast Asia 2. So I'm very curious to hear his thoughts on what he feels about the game and the characters he's picked as well. And then Xian, I can talk to this guy until the end of time. I said that with everybody, but Xian is definitely someone I have to put on the top of my list regarding that. So that has definitely come through there. So make sure you stick around with us where we have that pre-match interview and then watch them play the games as well. But Veggey, we gotta take a couple of steps back. The weekend. We had another CPT this weekend, didn't we?
And we had a really exciting time on Twitter. People were anxious. I think the Dalsim players were afraid, honestly. They're saying they're supporting each other, and I do believe it to some extent, but I also think that they were kind of relieved that, we didn't have to deal with this. There were 2 and there was a big chance. They were like, everyone was getting anxious.
Take cover.
Bam.
Yeah.
Colin. And not any Colin, the Colin. Nephew. My nephew. No, it's not my nephew, but he's someone's nephew for sure. And, I mean, he did win last year. I was hoping to see him against Samurai in Grand Finals again. That would be a great run back. But the set with Mira was great.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Richard.
Richard.
As Rob said, Midwest, mid-best. That was a great shout out. So
That's great. Hey, Richard,
Yeah.
roll the graphic so we can officially congratulate Nephew on his win over the weekend. Like we said, this guy's been phenomenal with his performances, and with a nerfed Colleen as well. But this character still remains the ostentatious Ice Queen, one of the best, personally, in the game. I still think she's a top 10 character. And obviously,
good.
Nephew is a top-tier player with this character. He's putting a lot of work. I know he, dipped in a little bit and had an experiment with a bit of Sakura, a little bit of Rose. When push comes to shove, money where your mouth is, this is where the character comes tried and true. And obviously, we're going to see more of Colleen in the cage with Koana very soon. So listen, don't take this character off your radar. She's still there. I know her V meter or V gauge reduces significantly more regarding that V trigger, but this character is still a bit of a threat in the right hands. And as you can see on your screens, this was basically Nephew's path in the top 8. And this is the third person, I believe. So the first one was Margot. Then it was Gamma, I believe it was, and now it's Nephew. The winners of these CPTs, they've been staying in the winner's side all the way through. That's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. I think Nephew only lost a total of 2 or 3 games in the sets he played during the weekend, but nothing short of amazing there. So once again, shout outs to Nephew for winning that. Also, special shout outs to Mira as well. Mira played absolutely out of her mind. It's a shame she couldn't take the gold, because that mental endurance is crazy, especially with Laura. People think it's a hit and a miss for the character right now, but Mira's been doing it. Idom still does it as well. I still think this character's a little bit of a terror. I think people overestimated the ability of V-Shift and other aspects around the character, but this is Laura is here to stay. Do not worry about that. We might see Laura tonight through Oswald, but I mean, Veggey, talk to me. What do you think about Mira's performance?
I thought it was a great performance, and I do think you were right when it comes to the whole V-shift affecting Laura. I mean, you can avoid her mix-ups with it, but the punish on reading something like a V-shift is a lot. It's like it's a great punish. You don't get rewarded a little bit. It's a huge reward. So you will always second guess yourself, and you can't just do it. I mean, maybe her offense was toned down a bit in that sense. But remember that every top tier character was reduced in strength, and I believe she was not. She was kind of powered up through the last couple of seasons, given some small things here, some small things there. So it's not like I think Laura is dead. There is a lot of people who call their characters dead when this season came, and it's been proven to be quite wrong, most of those opinions. So Laura, I still find her to be where she was. I think she's a dangerous character when she's in V-Trigger, but before that she's a really solid and like a strong, solid, neutral-based character in my opinion. So yeah, that performance was absolutely sick, and it's a shame she couldn't go all the way and take it. And I mean, second place, it's like in that region.
Well, look, obviously, look, I don't know if you guys caught any of the restreams or whatever that happened over the weekend as well. Xian last year made a very fair point about the CPTs. Obviously, it's changed now because there's a top 4 prize pool split. So Mira does walk away with some money, Nephew walks away with the money and some qualification spot for the CPT. But it still does hurt. One of the worst places, or the place you probably don't want to finish in a tournament, is second, because you were that close to the gold, right? And it does hurt, and then you have to wait a little while longer. I can't exactly remember when the next NA West CPT happens. It's not going to be for a couple of months, but again, being that close yet so far from the prize, it can be heartbreaking. But again, Mira is more than capable of qualifying there. But then we got to see it here. Do not forget, guys, there is more CPT action on the way. May is jam-packed every damn weekend with more action for you guys. We've gone through 2 tournaments, and now we've got 3 more to go. The region we're going to be hitting over this weekend, though, is East Asia. I don't know if our stream team has the graphic in terms of what regions that will be. I think it's Taiwan, Hong Kong, and I can't remember the other one, but there was a graphic saying the registration should still be up for you guys to sign up. It's completely fine. I know they advertise it over the weekend, but make sure if you're in those regions, please, please, please get signing up, participate. They're trying to make it easy on everyone to play online because that's the conditions we will be running the CPT on for. But again, don't forget, May is jam-packed with that Street Fighter action. It's been great. But then, Veggey, I mean, there's more stuff happening in May, right? There was more announcements over the last week or so. Richard, you might need to roll those funny little artworks that they do regarding the players, but he's gone into the talent instead. Ladies and gentlemen, on May the 22nd to the 23rd, I heard players are going to be thrown into this ring and be treated like the UFC. The Kumite is coming back, and they did announce the talent lineup for you guys. Make sure you tune in to the Red Bull channel, twitch.tv/Red Bull. You got Damascus and Tyrant there. We got the guys from the UK. We got F-Word there as well. It's good to see Kayane on here. I wasn't expecting that, but it's good to see Canada. I think she'll be a reporter. She might jump on the mic a little bit, talk some Street Fighter. Who knows? And again, I thought this man was a myth at one point. I thought he set sail. But it seems he's keeping an eye on everyone, and it's good to see him here. Z is making an appearance and coming to talk that Street Fighter on the mic there. So make sure you tune in. And hey, let these guys know. Good on you for making the job. More power to you, because it's going to be a tough one. It's a Kumite first offline event, so everyone's going to be shaking off that rust and be super excited about the event. And then again, here are the invitees to the Kumite itself. The top row we've been talking about for the past 2 weeks. We've got Tokido, Hurricane, Idom, Mr. Crimson, Kowano, Vega Patch, Smug, Problem X. But over the past week, there's some lovely announcements. We got Takamura. He might be the last Akuma. Who knows? I know he's cooking up. I know he's cooking up something with Akuma. He's going to make sure that you guys think this character is going to be still a top 3 character in Street Fighter 5. We got All King, a new member to the Red Bull family. Congratulations once again, Oil King, for that sponsorship there. He definitely earns it. Love this guy. He needs to get his own custom-made Red Bull shorts. If they do not do that, I'm sending emails to anyone and everyone. And of course, legacy in his own right. Won the first Kumite when it had its inception in 2015. Bonchan making his return. We get to see the King, maybe a Karen, maybe another character. Who knows? And then, how are you going to bring on the Red Bull guys if you're not going to bring on our homeboy Luffy with the Mika?
Luffy!
Now, they did say on his graphic that he's playing Rose, but me and Veggie both know.
Nah.
Luffy was the first person to actually drop
her. Dude, I felt like even in the first day, Jammerz, that was like, I felt he lasted the next couple of days just as a fan service. Like, I can't quit now. Come on, I can't. I just have to. You could see it, like, changing back to Mika for a couple of games, and it's like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. Let me stick with Rose. Okay, Rose. Listen, now. 2-3 days. Is it enough? Is it enough?
I don't think he's gonna pick Rose. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't think he's gonna pick Rose. I did put it on his character artwork and his bio, but I don't think he's gonna pick Rose. It's too much work at this point. Maybe one of the CPTs he has later on this year. Maybe might give it a go. I know he's been training up the Colleen. That's going to be useful as well. But also, do not forget Shaquille from the UK. He did win the LCQ last weekend. Not this weekend, just gone the weekend before that. So he is on there, but I believe he might actually be the very last player announced because he won the LCQ. There's still some invitees to come through. I think there's about 3 more? No, 3?
I think we're 12, so there's 3
12,
plus.
Yeah, so there's 3 more. Yeah, 3 plus Shaquille.
So, we're anxious to know. Is Daigo coming? I mean,
who do you think? Who do you think it is? Who do you think? Who do you want it to be?
I would think Daigo would be invited. He is everyone's. It's like he's everyone's dream. Everyone watches him play.
Dreams, like, I'm pretty sure.
And he's the legitimizer of tournament results. When he's there, it's like, oh, he won. Daigo was there. Bonchan was there. But you know who was also there?
Who was also there?
Daigo Umahara. He was there. And that's why winning that is some of the biggest things you've ever done in your life when you win it.
Well, I mean, look, fingers crossed, because obviously Daigo did make the announcement. He is feeling a bit under the weather, and hopefully he is making a speedy recovery. I mean, that tweet almost got 10,000 likes. So if he does get invited, hopefully that's all sorted and he can still come through. If not, we understand why he's not going to make it to the Red Bull Kumite. And again, please stay safe, wash your hands, do all the stuff to make sure you're absolutely 100% hygienic, and make sure you're remaining healthy as well. And if you do have your vaccinations in order, get them sorted out as soon as possible, please. But yeah, I mean, look, there was a lot of stuff to cover. There's still plenty more to talk about as well regarding Street Fighter. I mean, we can talk about and advertise some certain things after this set has done. But I'm itching to see, this set tonight, Veggey. I mean, Xian, Oswald, they got good character rosters under their belt. I mean, who do you think we're going to see?
I think, I saw Xian, I have Xian's Twitter, his feed is like I see him in my feed always, because I've liked so many of his posts. So I saw him on both Ibuki and Seth the last couple of days. So I saw him, he seemed a bit disappointed in Seth's nerf to the axe kick when he tried to avoid a shimming with a neutral jump axe kick. And there was some joy when he was playing Ibuki, so it's very hard to call. And I think for Oswald as well, I mean, the 2 characters he plays, they are so good. Poison, Laura, and a little bit of Boxer.
Yep.
That's the way we understand it. But I checked a bit out the background for Oswald, and I saw that he has beat some of the best players in the world in tournament offline before. In addition to his third placement in the CPT last year, he beat, I think it was Nemo 2018.
Was one
CM?
of them? Was one of them? Did he do well at an Evo once? I can't remember if it was an Evo.
I can't remember that, but I know that he did really that he beat sent to losers or eliminated Nemo at 2018. I think CM. I think it was CM.
Okay.
And he's like, so he's been there for a while. So I'm interested to hearing when he will surpass his teacher, if his teacher is Xian. I mean, we'll see. I'm very excited to hear. This is very interesting. We don't know that much about this region.
Xian's done a lot for his community there in Singapore.
Yeah,
and
that's
again,
true.
Again, he gets so much appreciation, so much love. He's an Evo champion as well. Don't forget that. I know it's for a previous Street Fighter game, but again, he's one of the most deadliest players. And when he wants to show up on job, he will definitely do that there. But enough about us idolizing. Richard, do we have the guys ready to have a little chat with us? All right, cool. We're going to roll on over, and then we're going to get these guys into the Discord and have a little chat with them until we get these guys want to play at first to 10. So let's see if the people are joining us tonight. So, Xian, Oswald, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
There's one. And we got Oswald.
Yes, me too.
Hey,
Great.
there we go.
Nice.
Everyone's here. So, once again,
Gentlemen.
gentlemen, Xian, Oswald, thank you so much for joining us here on sets. And because again, it is pretty early for them. If in case you didn't know, your time zones are all messed up. But they're coming here to have a little chat with us and play some games for you guys to be entertained. But in this little section, gentlemen, what we do is myself and Veggey, we just like to ask questions, have a chat with you guys, hear everything about Street Fighter, anything more personal about that. Just have that little podcast chat before you guys just go at each other's necks in Street Fighter and complain about each other's characters, because that's what we do each and every day of the week. But
Some of us, at least. Some of us do.
I mean, Veggey, you look like you were raring to go, talking to me earlier that you had some questions you wanted to ask Oswald. So, I mean, fire away, please.
Yeah, because I checked out Oswald's background, as I mentioned, a little bit earlier today. And I know that he's been playing against Xian, but not in Street Fighter, but he's been playing against him since 2010 in a different game. He's been playing against him in KOF. And I was wondering, like, have you ever beaten Xian? And if that's still a mountain to climb, what do you think you need to be able to beat someone like Xian in a set?
For me, I need to understand the opponent playstyle. It's quite important for me, so that I start to recognize some of the move. Yeah, and likewise the characters itself. Yeah, is important also lah.
Oh, is he?
So,
does he want to get that
Yeah,
translated? Is Xian there? Xian still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
Okay. I think Oswald's struggling to say something in English, so he might want you to translate it. Is that possible?
No, I think
it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
I can speak English.
Okay. Well, I mean, hold on.
Yeah, because it's important for understand the character matchup also. So I do basically train a little bit for the character matchup and start looking for the player matchup also. Yeah. So this is my style lah.
So you can consider Xian like one of your teachers or inspirations in the
Yes,
FPC, or more
I
like
do respect. Yeah, I do admire Xian a lot. Yeah, he teach me a lot of stuff so that I can level up much faster.
So we might have kind of like a sensei-student matchup today. Maybe today is the day where you will surpass him. I mean, who knows? You came from KOF earlier, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How was the transition from KOF to a game like Street Fighter V? Was it like a smooth transition, or was there a lot of things to change up?
I think it's changed because KOF is a fast-paced game, and Street Fighter V, yes, it's very fast also, but not as fast as the KOF, the fast-paced it was. So I can adjust it shortly lah. So need to play more so that you can understand the game more.
Understand the
So I
pace of the
think
game
that-
and the flow.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. I do have a question for Oswald as well, because obviously I know you from playing Laura and Poison, and most people know that as the infamous IDOM combo. It's a very strong character duo. I want to hear Oswald's opinion on Laura and Poison in this version of the game. What do you think?
I think Laura this season is still the same. He's still quite strong. Yeah. Despite this season, Laura received a lot of good buffs as the class have more extra frames. And yeah, so that because the class is quite very scary and most people can't read out the class.
Okay.
And there's the other buff is the ES boat charge, which is starting frame from 14 frames to 12 frames, which is quite good. And the knockdown is +2 on dash in.
Yeah.
So that it quite more advantageous to some matchups like Urian, so that you can save midi headbutts.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I actually didn't
It's
think of
quite
that. I didn't think of that because I know some characters do struggle a little bit in terms of being able to have a proper meter against Urian's EX headbutt with their lights, because they might have to use a specific one. But I guess that opens it up more. That now that after the dash is +2, you can use all your lights now or something like that.
Yes, it's quite good. It's +2 and it's still a throw range for sure.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
have to guess the spot. So yeah.
Okay, and what about Poison? How do you feel about Poison this season?
Poison received a lot of nerfs, despite for the damage and the ES heart rate, the pressure.
Yeah.
And they never nerf the neutral part, which is I think is still quite strong. So Poison is still potential top 10 also.
Yeah, I think she's a top
Yes.
10 character. I think a lot of people are saying she's a top 5. I don't know if people in this chat or the guys between us agree with that. I don't know. Do you guys think she's top 5?
Because a lot of characters can be potential top 5, so I still can't judge a lot of characters because some of the characters I really can't understand, so I don't dare to judge that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So Poison is guaranteed top 10 at least.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
But why is
because
Oh, sorry, go on.
yeah, because the neutral is quite it's quite good.
Yeah, neutral's insane. Neutral is actually great.
A conversion.
Even the bad matchups she got, I think the neutral is still really quite good against all the characters itself lah. Yeah.
Okay,
but what is the reasoning? I see so many Laura players play Poison as a secondary. Is there a particular matchup spread she covers well, or is it more that you just do the same thing? Because not only is Idom playing Laura and Poison and you, there is a Finnish Laura player doing the same. Is there a particular reason why Poison is the pick for Laura players to sub?
Mainly because they need to find a sub character for Laura to counter, because Laura fight against Zoner is really very hard. So you have to find a character that beats the Zoner and the Fireball character also. Yeah, so that I feel Poison is the right choice. Yeah.
Fair play. She covers the bases really well.
Yes, she covers most of the bad matchups.
Cool. Makes it kind of iconic too. And again, that's why he got 3rd place at the online CPT for his region last year.
Yes.
Now, obviously, I want to move over to Xian because I got a bunch of questions, but I've got to limit it. Xian, I've got to ask, the first thing I've got to ask you is the state of Seth right now. He went from being everywhere to nowhere. And I still think Seth is a crazy character, hyper-aggressive. I think he's still got the tools to win a tournament. But what is Xian's opinion on Seth?
I think Seth really got nerfed a lot compared to, the dash -4, the dive kick, V-shift itself doesn't really, especially my playstyle, I use a lot of V-trigger too. I think V Shift kind of buffed V Trigger 1, making it like the better V Trigger. Like it kind of deletes away V Trigger 2 most of the mix-ups, and it's just not really. It's a very nerf to my style. I think this season, like Ibuki, V Skill 2, Seth, it's just a big huge to the character and my playstyle especially. I think other Seth can still go A. Like I would put somewhere around A. But I do need to adjust a lot of my playstyle because I think the nerf really kind of hit me more than any other Seth player.
Interesting, because again, I think the only Seths I know around are you and UIU Kami, and both you use V-Trigger 2. So the fact that you said, you make a fair point that V-Shift is probably not nerfing the characters much, it's nerfing playstyles more. That is a very big deal and a very valid point that a lot of people need to understand and make sure it sinks in, because certain mechanics can affect playstyles more than it does characters as a whole. So that was a very interesting point. What I also want to ask you as well is, you were dabbling with Rose at one point a fair bit as well when she came out, up until probably about a couple of days ago when they announced the Intel World Open, and then you said bye Rose. So I gotta ask you, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Intel World Open? What does that mean for Xian and going forward?
I think Intel World, since it was cancelled last year,
yeah,
it was it's a very pity because like Seth is at the strongest moment. He cannot be bring out. I think Seth have a very sad life. Like he's very strong, but he didn't really win anything. Like he didn't get a chance to show, and he's already nerfed. I'm very unhappy about that because like all the characters have their chance to shine. Even Abigail, like they get to win some tournaments before they go back to the to the resting couch, right, to the reserve team. And like Seth just don't get anything. Like he doesn't even get to play a tournament. He just get to play casuals and Twitter theory fight, and then like he go back to the reserve seat just like this. Like I don't think it's justifiable. It's very unfair. At least he should win something.
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, but I know what he means, because usually, like you said, to reiterate, everyone gets their chance at an offline tournament before that. Right, your 15 minutes of fame are done. Seth only done it online and a couple of SFL events, right? And it's like, did we really see this character at full effect at large? We didn't see that. And obviously, a lot of us were saying he was the best in the game and arguing about whether or not that axe kick should go. It did go, thank God. But definitely, Xian has voiced his concerns, saying that he should have got a chance. But I mean, he's still a tournament viable character. I think you can still do a lot with him, especially with the upcoming tournaments, your CPTs in a couple of months and the Intel World Open coming soon, can't you?
I mean, everybody already dropped Seth. Most of them. So like he can't win any tournament if I also decide to drop him too. It's just it's not a fair argument. Like it's already gone. That character is kind of gone in a way. I hope people pick him up to give him maybe it's good. I don't know, but I think the nerf is very justifiable. I'm just not happy that he don't get to play any Intel or CPT. Like he just gone like this. It's a little bit sad.
Well, I mean, fair. I'm not a Seth player. I was one of the advocates of saying Seth needs to kind of go, or one of his tools needs to go. But as a Seth player, I can definitely say, okay, like you've missed your chance. It's a shame. It was worldwide circumstances, but it is how it is. I can't. Maybe they might bring him back next season. The next balance patch that's coming, they might say, you know what, Seth deserves another go. I hope they don't do that. Please, Capcom, don't do that. Not for me, please. But
I mean, someone's got to be there.
Someone's got to do it, right?
Someone's got to do it. And you have Angry Bird still, maybe? We don't know.
It
still
could
playing
be.
Seth, so it could be.
Well.
But I also seen him on Ibuki and Zeku, so we don't know. But I mean, Seth is his love, so we'll see. But Xian, you play two really aggressive characters in Street Fighter V, but from where I know you from, like in the start, you played in Street Fighter V, you played Fang, which was kind of like zoning, and at least back then. And in Street Fighter 4, you started with Dalsim. Is that right?
Yes, I play Dalsim, Akuma, Yun, Gan, Poison, Elena. I play quite a bit of character for the whole span of Street Fighter, I think.
Okay, so you don't have like a favorite archetype and a go-to archetype, or do you feel like do you just look at like strength, or do you also look at the archetype, since you have played so many various and different characters over the years?
I think over the years, I really enjoy playing characters that has a lot of creativity, like characters that doesn't have a certain fixed play style, has a lot of tools to play around with, which I think Rose belongs to one of it. And it's just unfortunate because like my CPT is on the November, but I thought I have a lot of time to practice every matchup. But then the Intel World came and snapped. I just don't have any more time, and I have to go ahead with my same old cast. That was a little bit unfortunate.
But do you think that you can go back to practicing Rose when the Intel thing is over, do you think Rose like has a future, or how do you see her right now?
I think she's pretty good. It's just that she takes a lot of time for every matchup, and by the time everything ends, my CPT is drawing near again, and there may be new characters like Oro and stuff. I'm not a fan of Rose, like I would like to leave it to Luffy. Since he's my friend and is an Evo champion, I would like to give that credit to Luffy. I hope he shines with it. And I want to give it to my friend. I don't want to take his character. I will take the blind man Oro instead.
That's very nice.
That's
nice of you.
Yeah, so kind and so considerate of you. All right, one more question before we let you guys go and play this first to 10 set. So, Xian, we've seen guys like yourself, we've seen Punk, we've seen multiple people doing restreams of CPT events and tournaments and giving their own analysis, their own commentary. One thought I had over the weekend, because Punk was doing it again, he had Logan and Xian with him as well, is the thought of having a pro player like yourself paired up with, a full-time commentator, maybe Logan, F-Word, or Sajam, maybe for future events when we are back and playing offline. Do you think that would work as a combination? Would you like to work with a full-time commentator, commentating some Street Fighter? Just because player perspectives are very cool and they're very insightful. I mean, yourself, Justin Wong, Punk, you kind of give insight that some of us commentators don't normally see. So is it a thing that you'd want to become a commentator and work alongside full-time commentators?
I think for now, I just want to still be a player. I do it for fun since it's COVID and, everybody is staying home. There's not a lot of tournament. But I do think most of the players still want to focus on the tournament. So it really depends on what stage they are at. Like they want to compete more or commentate more. It's really up to the player's personal choice. For me, I'm still more towards maybe 20% commentary, but 80% of me, I still want to do most tournaments.
Okay, fair play. I mean, let me ask Veggey, what do you think about that? Do you see that being a thing in the future? Because it's good that Xian mentioned it's all about the player's choice at the end of the day, but what do you think? Would you like that?
Now, I like when tournaments invite one of the players of that level of that tournament into the commentary booth, maybe for the analyze desk to talk, to add some more insight, because there are some commentators like yourself who are both knowledgeable about the game and understand a lot of the decisions. But then you have commentators who are more about creating that atmosphere and maybe more about the talk, who are really good at creating this kind of feeling for the games, and they might need sometimes a player who is pretty high level or very high level in something like an analyze desk to just highlight some really good moments, because we need to, I think good moments must also be highlighted, not just commentating the matches themselves, but also this was a steak, this was a steak and it was beautifully made and it tasted delicious, and you need to know why and how. I kind of feel we need to have both of those things, not just comment, but after, so players telling you why this was great, what was so good about this thing that Xian did with Gen at the Evo finals, not just that it happened, but why. I think that's important.
Yeah, okay, fair play. Well, I mean, I have to ask these guys more things, but we'll do that after they've had their set here, because we'll be getting these guys sorted. Just to double check, Xian, your CFN is RZR Xian, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. And then Oswald, yours is Oswald SG, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Cool. All right, you're going to get an invitation from me on CFN in a weird account. It is me, do not worry. And then you guys go off and play this first to 10. And then once the first to 10 is done, you guys will come back to this Discord call. And we'll have a little post chat about the set and then other things related to Street Fighter. So if you guys would mute your mics, and then we'll let you go off and play some Street Fighter.
Okay, I'll mute right now.
Cool. Thank you very much, Xian.
Good luck, guys.
Let's get this on the road. So, interesting points there. It's good to see that what Oswald was saying about some of the changes to Laura, how it helps against Yuri's headbutt with the dash, the +2 dash after the EX Bolt charge, and then obviously Poison covering the matchups. Because again, the IDOM duo of Laura and Poison is very effective, and it's good that you brought up like multiple people are bringing that up or using that arsenal of characters, right? So
yeah, because when you see many Lauras do the same, it could be like fanboys. Like, this is our hero, he's the Capcom Cup champion. But it could also be that they have such great overlapping matches as they seem to do. And I like, Xian's points about Seth in V-Trigger 2. Because I saw Xian, Seth, a lot of the time would do a knockdown into an activation. And then do maybe like a left-right, high-low mix-up to land a kill with super. And if you get knocked down and you have V-bar and he goes V-Trigger 2, I think there are many of these situations where you can just guaranteed get a V-shift slowdown and get out of the mix-up. Now, I might be wrong in all scenarios, but I do think that is like a way where that V-Trigger is really nerfed, and the more aggressive style with V-Trigger 1 isn't as much touched. So I really understood his, like, where he came from there, that the whole game plan I feel he built is kind of nerfed by V-Shift because he cannot set up these kills at half HP as he could before.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just more of an enigma what character he will be picking today, because he did not seem happy with the changes to Seth.
He says that. All right, if the gentleman can hear me, you are good to go. So you can play this first to 10 and we'll get sorted on that. But yeah, I mean, echoing what Veggey said, Xian made a fair point. I didn't consider more so styles being affected over the characters, because I still think Seth is completely viable. I still think you can use him. He's still hyper aggressive. He's just not as airborne as he was before. You have to use his. It's like he had a great tool set, but you only used one move, and that move is overpowered. Now that he took that move away, it's like, look, you can use all these other moves, but again, his neutral game isn't as strong as other characters. He does struggle against the zoners, and it's more apparent now. But we'll see what it is, because he hasn't got a lot of time in terms of the competitions and tournaments he has to enter that's coming up. He's got to stick with the roster that he has right now, which is Seth in Izubuki. Oswald did add to his roster using the box. I don't know if he's going to whip out the boxer here.
That's interesting.
He's gone with Laura. We've gone with Ibuki. All right, so this is the set they had in the last online CPT. That's the one that Oswald came third in. This is pretty cool. All right.
So what do you think? We're going to be seeing a lot of aggression or more respectful play between these two in particular?
It looks like, it looks like Xian has gone with V-Skill 2, V-Trigger 2. I think what we're going to probably see is, let's see if Oswald will use V-Shift, because V-Shift can actually counter both of these V-System moves pretty well. But at the same time, I know Xian, he cooks up so much tech and counter techs in the lab to make sure people get properly punished for this stuff. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and I wonder how Laura deals with the Ibuki jump medium kick, because I know some characters that don't have that greatest cross-up anti-air will struggle when that jump-in is used close. So I'm very interested in seeing how, if that's the tool he will use, or if he's just not interested in taking to the air that much.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, look, don't worry. Oswald does play Laura. He's got other characters on deck. These guys have played each other a fair amount. But if they want to change characters, they'll change characters if need to.
Yeah. So they have a lot of games to figure out if it's a wise decision to stay with what they have. But right now it's working out for Xian, up 1 round in the first game. Nice, steals a bit of those frames, dashing in, setting up the threat of command throw early, which I think is important when you have command throw, even if you get jumped, as it is important to show people that you can do it.
And the thing is as well, I think Laura does okay against Ibuki. If Oswald does want to change to Poison, I think Poison does handle this matchup pretty well as well, compared to last season anyway. But we saw a first V-shift there already. V-trigger locked and loaded, looking to try and get that confirm on there from the crouching leading kick. And Oswald will know that as well. And TS stand light kick, I've seen that IDOM did that before. People are doing that, and that's pretty effective as well.
But it's more of a thing against maybe those people when they jump over you, right? And they can't really connect maybe with their jumping normal, so you kind of get them on the way down and then you can choose left or right. I guess, like, as a proper anti-air, it does sound like it would be hard. That was a great juggle.
That confirmed, gets the back medium punch, anti-air, releases the kunais, and cancels into the critical art. 1-0 to Xian in this first to 10, opening up really well here. Again, sometimes I feel it's like Xian does incredibly well and then he just goes back into the lab, hibernates for a little while. People forget about him, and it's because he's not the talking point every month, right? And then just again out of nowhere comes out full force and does this thing. But again, because he's been at home and there's only been very few qualifications for these guys, there've only been minimal opportunities to see it. You're like, yeah, Xian is the favorite, has to be the favorite, right? But don't count out Oswald, man. I think this guy's got so much potential. I really do.
Definitely, he does seem like a really strong character. But when I spoke to him before the show started, he did seem to have like enormous respect for Xian and not having been able to beat him before. And just like that, you know, goes really fast when Xian first comes in. Nice, didn't.
Let's see here. He's working on a perfect here. Gets that thunderclap in. Good backdash on the throw. Gonna activate here. I don't know. He's gonna have to pull up a miracle if he wants something. He'll take that grab. He'll probably take another sunset will if need be as well. But the interruption with the target combo into Kazakiri, taking that round for Xian once again. Right, let's see how it goes.
You know, if when Laura is in V-Trigger 1 and she does that dash, it's she's still +1, right? If she has released her EX Fireball.
I think so.
Yeah.
One of them was, I think, off the activation, she's +4. I think when she's already in V-Trigger, it should be slight frame advantage.
Yeah, I think it's like +1. So if she does go for the command throw, waking up, interrupting with a 3-frame is definitely something that you can expect to happen at some point. And I feel like that might be something we saw there with that check on the command dash after the EX Fireball. But you can please correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Alright, there you go, gets the confirm, and he's going to go for a reset. Is he going to V-shift? He did. Interesting. Nice. I think that jab came out early, but I think Oswald's trying to V-shift the Caltrops, but he wasn't in range of that, so it didn't trigger the slowdown. I think Xian's going to have to pay attention to that. So.
And then we see that slight issue with dealing with the jump medium punch for characters that jump medium kick for characters that don't really have that cross-up angle on their anti-air against good cross-ups. Yeah.
Alright.
Just presses it in, comes down. Second game to Xian.
That cancel was -4. Thank you very much, Eli the Curry. Hope you're doing good.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing well. Another Laura player as well. Very strong Laura player as well.
So that's a beautiful check then, a punishable check. So
for sure.
From Xian for the first game.
Right,
we have character change.
I'm seeing a character change. Does this mean we're going to see Poison? I wonder if we're going to see Poison. And here's the thing as well, right? With that matchup there, what's interesting about that is because Oswald's trying to V-shift the Caltrops and potentially the Fuma Shuriken as well, you might not even see your trigger. You might not even see it because you're too busy trying to just avoid the general mix-ups from the V-skill itself. So we'll see if Oswald's going to make that change to Poison as I anticipated. I'm not sure how much experience Xian does have against Poison as a whole. I don't actually see him bump into the character that often when I do tune into some of the streams. Or he could bring out Boxer.
That would be so interesting if he did.
Boxer. There we go.
Yes, let's go. Somebody is going to get command thrown. I think if we did I see the correct V-trigger there?
I think I saw V-trigger 1.
V-trigger 1?
I think I saw V-trigger 1.
So correct V-skill 2, the neutral control V-skill with the V-trigger 1, and I think that's probably going to be a really good V-skill to use when Ibuki doesn't really have anything to punish in the beginning of the rounds and such. He has to stand really close for the EX kunai, so he will definitely be able to set up that V-skill a lot in the start.
I don't know. I'm not sure about the Boxer pick though. I know he's more like he's definitely more of a nuisance. He's definitely a stronger character than he was in the previous version. But again, if those dash straights are not well spaced, Ibuki's got a pretty good standing light kick, so she'll probably get punished pretty much most of the time here. We'll see how Oswald handles this though.
Definitely. I mean, he has the health to take some of it and really deal damage on those. Like, if that lands, there's big damage. So you really get rewarded for any small hit and on a character like Ibuki. No matter what the matchup might be, it might be a good thing for you.
Alright,
and like, just like that.
So. Got that dash low, gets the dash up, gets the grab. You know what it is. The Boxer things are coming to light right now. And again, this is the character people need to pay attention to, keep an eye on for the majority, or throughout this whole season. It's going to be annoying a fair number of players.
Yeah, I think Boxer is a character that a lot of people talked about in the beginning of the season and then just kind of forgot about. And now everyone is back on it, like Balrog everywhere, or not everywhere, but a lot of people are trying him again and trying to play with him and talking about him. So I think it's coming back there now. Maybe the players are getting more ready for his new stuff. Nice V-shift.
Alright, goes to the break and gets a meaty dash straight as well. I don't think I was meaty enough to get another jab off of that as well. He's trapped in the corner, gets a V reversal. Looks like he's going to stick with the V system strategy that Infectious was showing people months ago with this. He might not even need that trigger.
But would you say that if you do go for the V escape system as a tactic, isn't it then better to actually run V trigger 2 since you would probably use it like sparring a lot of the time? So if you first need a comeback, you might get it, and there we just see it.
He got the amplified EX dash straight to close that round 2-1. Oswald trying to make a comeback. Now, just to answer your question there, I think you got to think about the available V reversals and V shifts on the spot, and having 3 bars is better than 2.
Yeah, I mean, if you are that low.
If you are that low, but
to
I'm saying
avoid
as well,
getting to that point.
well, I mean, that's
Having a 2-bar, continuously use it, and then if you suddenly need it, you might actually have access. I never understood this thought of using a 3-bar if you want to V-shift or V-reversal. I would always think the other way would be kind of like the better way, unless you're playing against a character that will let you build a lot of V-bars, because you could... Yeah.
He anti-aired with standing hard kick there. I just saw that. No, I mean, I get where you're coming from, because if you use a 2-bar V-trigger, and then you V-shift twice, and they're successful, you basically built the bar back. And it essentially counts as 3, but I don't know, to each their own. Oh, don't worry, I saw that anti-air stand hard kick too.
Yeah. And I saw some really beautiful whiff punishes twice in a row from Xian, just punishing first the sweep, I believe, and then that crouching medium punch, but here comes the activation.
Goes back to charging up the FFB.
Yeah, he just stole a little charge there. Nice. No conversion though.
Okay, we'll jump out there from Xian. Knew that he probably was going to go for an attempt to steal frames on the ground, so he took advantage and took a jump out of the corner. The XQ9 there, confirmed into Fuma Shuriken once again. What are we going to get? A reset or just a combo? Oh, here we go. Couch combo. He's got to eat this.
This side?
He's
oh,
dead.
yeah. Would be nice to have a V-shift there, maybe, in this scenario.
The thing is, the combo didn't build enough V-meter for him in terms of getting damage to get that V-shift, but then even then, Xian might have snuffed it out there. It's like you're going to get the immediate slowdown on the cow drops regardless, but...
He might have another dash coming. I mean, who knows? Nice. Stops the anti-air already. Not allowing him to jump out, so important in this game, because people do try to jump out when they're cornered, so you need to be ready to stop the people from jumping out when they first try it.
Right, pressure being applied, and that was a very brazen throw tech, and I'm going to see if he can try and activate. No, he charges up. Skill 2 in the neutral, gets an activation off the low.
Activation off the low, interesting. Big damage coming, no?
No, I think he's going to grab him a couple of times before Xian might risk a DP. I don't know, doesn't really need to do it at this point. That might be the reversal, I'm not sure.
Now it's starting to get dangerous.
Okay, he tried to make a statement with EX Screw Smash. I saw you there, Oswald.
Yes. And now we're really like in the mix for death, and then it just came. No sense in stalling it. Just go for it immediately. Not ready for that throw there, or might have been ready for it, but expecting a mix-up to come. Or I mean, there's so many ways you can never be right. So.
It's like, okay, you got to remember this, right? If he did tech, the Shuriken is always going to come back. He probably block that, and then Jam might jump, create another mix-up, and then he has to think about teching again. Right?
Absolutely.
And then that situation there, he made the Fuma Shuriken Plus, because it's normally -4 on activation, so...
Did you see that sweep with punish though? That was really nice. I love to see when people, even though they're picking characters that they haven't mained for long, they still do like the important parts with punishing, those buttons that you can whiff punish, and all those kind of like things that people forget about often when they start new characters. Nice. Uses the dash really well, because Xian is not always ready for it. I mean, how can you be ready always against such a fast dash? It's a really good tool, so I mean, it's a good thing he uses it.
That whip punish on the dash straight, I could definitely take a couple of lessons from that. With the V skill 2, unscaled damage, good break, and he avoids the cow drop as well. Okay.
Nice usage of the shift. But Xian stops him from jumping out every time, and I think that's it. Oh, maybe not it, but that's gonna be close.
What mix-up we got here?
That mix-up.
Oh, what was that?
The shimmy. Whoa, the air shimmy.
Whoa. Do you know what? I kind of like that, because regardless of what Oswald would have done, the cow drop had him completely caged in. Like last year when I was watching Xian play with his Izubuki, he had some of the best V-Skill 2 setups I've seen in the community. So good to see that they're still intact, and he has to keep his character fresh and not rusty, because Intel World Open is coming soon.
He finished it with a throw earlier, and then just neutral jump, catches the V-shift if that would come, catches the backdash, kind of still continues pressure. It was a good, really smart decision. Oh, that's a trick he showed us on Twitter earlier.
He did.
Nice of Oswald to evade it. Is he going to be ready for the flight out, which might come at any time? There it is. It's not ready still. He kind of needs to get ready for that and be anticipating it, I feel. What do you think, Jammerz?
Nice whiff punish. That crouching media kick is essential. That if Ibuki throws that out there and you've made it whiff, you've got to whiff punish it, man. That's actually got a ton of recovery frames. And people can catch it with heavy buttons. So make sure you get on that.
It's definitely more like an SF4 button when it comes to recovery on whiff. The kind of recovery. Nice activation. Oh, one more. Let's go. Nice.
There is a gap between that. Crouching medium punch into the dash low. Maybe Xian tried to backdash. Maybe try V-shift. Maybe tried to even do a reverse. Didn't quite get it. Got clipped. Gives that round to Oswald.
Have you seen a lot of V-shift usage against Balrog's dash punch? Because I feel like that was a big worry from developers. But I feel like I haven't seen that much. Great. Finally stops the flight out of the corner.
I think he's done that multiple times, Oswald, but it's like he just hasn't been able to get the proper pick up there. Probably not used to it, or he wasn't expected to connect or something like that. Maybe. Could be anything. Oh, we've got another cow chop set up here. What's that? Oh no! Mixed up! Stun! It's going to be guess for game. What's it going to be? Oh, the OS.
Oh, he's ready. Nice. Yeah.
Stays in front as well. I think Oswald thought he was going to go behind him or something. Ibuki always stays in front from that, I believe.
Kind of has to be reversal to get out there, but now coming back is going to be very hard without the trigger. But as we know, Balrog hits hard. It's now impossible. Still safe.
Yeah, but he needs to get a couple of dash straights in the mid-screen. Yeah. It's like he's not doing that. It's looking insurmountable at the moment. But Oswald's had a healthy amount of usages for, you know, V-shift, V-reversal, and he's used a bit of the trigger as well. So he is using the entire TV system of Boxer. But again, it's not true Boxer damage. It's not punishing enough. Xian still be able to find his way out. You know, implement those mix-ups, get that neutral, keep that neutral intact. Sorry. So he is looking comfortable. He is like the damage differential between these two characters and the health difference as well is pretty significant in the long run, if you ask me.
So in that sense, it's kind of a good pick. It's still working out. He's still getting those dashes from the places where you can't really react. Like after they block something and you dash, you can't really telegraph it. So it's a great space to dash, and it's been working out against Xian. He has checked some of them, but I think a lot of the time he's getting some mileage off from it. Xian probably predicting it there and getting clipped low.
Alright, let's see how he goes. Again, stays in front. That regular kunai has been causing him an absolute terror because, again, he's just seen Ibuki jump in the air and he wants to automatically anti-air. With the standard media punch with both his characters. Good punish, he's going to get hit. Oh no, you can block in time.
Nice.
I didn't know that.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it depends on how far you can push them, right? Nice. Anyway, he's in a good spot to take the first round in this game, I think. He just needs to be a bit wary of the anti-air now, as there is a big mix-up from the air if he needs to.
I think he just still needs to find more ways to comfortably activate V-Trigger 2. He needs to be getting that clean hit. I mean, getting it on block is fine, but he's not going to, like, 100% get what he wants.
Oh, nice. He was kind of fortunate there that he was just moved forward so that was not a plus on block jump in kunai.
I'd probably do an EX dash straight at this point. Knowing me, I'd probably do an EX dash straight, but he might not even need to do it at this point. Let's find out. EX dash straight, he tried it, and he got hit with the cow chop. He's got one guess for the run. Oh no, what's it going to be? Cow chop's there. Is it going to be shift?
Left or right. Oh, nice tech, but it's still not over because Xian has him in the corner. Nice check.
Please just down back. No kunais, no cow chops, nothing. Please just down back. Oh no!
No way! He did not take that!
Oh my word!
Oh my days!
Damn! How about that?
Did you see that? That air stare down, Jammerz? Did you see the air stare down? They looked at each other in the air and no one did anything.
Hey, wait.
Landed and stared even more and then just threw him at the very last second for the round.
I think there needs to be extra animation frames on Ibuki's throw. That happened too quickly. I actually think Oswald got robbed there.
Yeah, that's a good point. That was very fast. I feel like he got grabbed. Nice, another. Really using that dash to its full extent. It's really fast, very hard to see. And there again, yeah. Is he angry? He's playing a bit angry.
Here we go. Let's see what he's got. He's going to do another cow chop. All three are out. He's going to block them all. And he techs. That's crazy to me. But he has the help to work with. Oh, no, he's stunned.
And he techs again.
He's stunned. No, he's not.
He got away. Let's go. Still has one V-bar, so that is that situation where it is actually good because he did eat so much damage at once. But now anything will take it. Xian is really good at just waiting for these hits, though. I think that crouch light kick might not land.
Do you know what's crazy about this situation as well? This actually takes a lot of mental fortitude and understanding of the game. Xian is still pretty much in this, despite basically having 0.1 health left. He's still in this. One hit to
Absolutely.
critical art will do it. He needs a confirm can hit, confirm for crouching medium kick, a buff from crouching medium punch. He needs something from a medium. I don't think a light's going to do it against Balrog.
No, and I think he can also confirm that he's landing the kunai roll if he
Oh,
does.
he got him!
No!
Oh, he got the
Again?
classic! It's the classic!
Xian, you are a thief!
Oh, he's not dead!
Oh, it's not over!
Wait, don't do that! Oh, no, oh, no
Yes,
he's...
do it.
Oh, no.
He dashed, he double dashed, he just needed one. And Xian saw the second dash and was like, he's not gonna throw me again. Tech, tech, tech! In recovery.
I don't think
Worked
he
out.
needs to do dash low. I don't think he
Oh
needs
yeah, at
to
that
do
point.
that.
And he definitely didn't need 2 dashes at that point. One was enough to get into range.
I feel it.
Might
I'm
have
feeling
been... both those rounds, I feel, my man Oswald deserved those 2 rounds. But Xian refused to stop, took to the air at the end. Both times it worked out. He's now up. Is it now? Let me check this.
It's 5-1.
5-1.
It's 5-1.
But I think Oswald is doing good with Boxer here, Jammerz. I just think there are those situations, those crucial moments that is losing it for him right now.
Yeah, I think push comes to shove, he is using tools that are very good for Balrog. You know, EX dash straight, EX dash low to get in. I know the negative frames, or sorry, the frame data does change. Again, it's just that those closing moments, something that he's had completely locked down with Laura, they're not quite there yet with Balrog, and because Xian is still up and standing with the resources he needs, he's able to close out those rounds and take the points.
Unfortunately, just missed it with punish there. And Xian is opting to stay in front and not like make that, what do you do, the shuriken thing a true mix-up. Or he does go for the mix-up, but he's standing in front a lot. Like he doesn't want to give up the corner.
Yeah, Etuair, and you know what? Xian has not done an EX Kazakiri yet. Doesn't feel the need to. 5-1 up. Misses the grab.
Doesn't want to continue the block string, just keeps all the V-trigger bar ready for the hit, doesn't confirm.
Damn, he didn't even follow up. That's the thing. I don't know how. I think that's relatively easy to do, but I think he's not expecting the dash straights to hit.
Exactly.
So that's why he's not going into the follow-ups in V-trigger 1.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I can't help but feel that's a lack of confidence
Definitely.
in that situation for Balrog.
Yeah, and it's like you can have the easiest confirm in the world. If you don't believe it's gonna hit at all, you're not going to confirm it even if you could. It's like you need to believe that it can land when you first do it. Always look for it.
So he didn't get the stun there, but he's still on Xian's case. What's he going to do? That stun is still high, and if he overextends, Xian's going to get an activation to V-trigger, but he's going to get perfect.
Nice. No theft this round. Okay, Oswald's still in it. He really needs this round to make sure that this does not end up as a real like heavy 10-1 scene. This is such a crucial round, I think. Might be obvious to say it, but yeah, here we are.
Alright, blocks the
Nice
kunai because he didn't do that
Really
before. And again, there's a lot of things that people, because you seldom see this character now, there's still a fair few things people forget. And even Ibuki got a fair bit of nerfs for some weird reasons as well.
It's really nice to see Oswald not trying to go for the end here when Xian is in that jumping kick range, which is such a good cross-up move.
Right, dash
Nice.
straight. There you go. I think what he might need to rely on a bit more is just getting the V skill 2 charge. I think he just needs to just go for it at this point and just allow himself to have that extra tool to literally throw out there. Give another problem for Xian to kind of find a solution for. He takes that round.
I think you really have a good point there. It's that even though he might potentially get punished if something happens, he needs to make Xian look to punish that, to weaken him in other areas, as we speak about mental stack. There's been a few rounds without a lot of V-skill 2 usage. I say what you say, keep using it now until you get punished for it, and then you can slow down again. It would be a nice touch to it.
Well, here's the thing, right? The regular dash rates go from -4 to +2 when they're amplified, and I think the EX dash rate comes +4, and I think because of how quick it can come, especially at mid-range, not full-screen, mid-range, it might be difficult for Ibuki to deal with, and you might have to get... That might get Xian to start jumping a bit more, resort to the kunais, and when you start thinking about that, you have an answer for those, probably. Who knows? Let's see.
Xian is definitely closer now, though, than in last round, so it seems like he has taken notice of the usage of V-skill 2.
Oh,
Nice
that...
punish.
No! And that's it. He tried to V-reverse. He got hit by a cow drop, but Xian going to get a proper follow-up from that. Probably wasn't expecting it to hit. Good back throw here from Oswald.
Nice change of who commands the screen. Needs to be ready for the potential jump out with the flight mode. Whenever he goes closer, that is a risk.
Oh,
Nice
no.
confirm
That-
with punish.
That was crazy. Stays in front. Good blocks there from Oswald. He hasn't got V-trigger yet.
I think Oswald has had really good blocks on a lot of the things that Xian has been doing. It could have been like looking a lot worse if it wasn't for that. He's been really good at blocking, I think.
There you go, charge
So
of
far
the
in this
V-skill
set.
again. I think he might be able to force Xian to V-reversal at this point. Oh, he might want a second shuriken. Let's find out. That's punishable. Oh, damn, I don't know if that's close enough to get stand light kick. I know that stand light kick is a 3-frame, but his range is a bit deceptive on Balrog. It's the V-reversal. There's another one.
Nice. Right now, it's kind of anyone's game, but that one buffered. Crouch medium punch into the EX dash straight. Takes it. Oswald is creeping back. Jammerz, he's creeping back slowly but surely. Nice usage of the V-skill to force Xian to stay close.
I think you've got to be pretty careful, though, when Ibuki has a meter, because what stops Xian from doing just an EX kunai, just wanting to dash behind it, you know, and then cause a little bit of pressure.
Absolutely, you are very right with that. But I think he's kind of like noticing when Xian is trying to stay closer to do that. And whenever Xian kind of moves out, it seems like he's more comfortable in doing it. Whenever Xian gives him that space to breathe.
Awesome block again, gets the grab, and he teched and he jumps. And anti-air there from Xian. Wasn't sure about the outcome in that scramble.
Nice activation.
All right, there you go. Just press the crouching medium kick. Just keep that in mind. Good damage coming
And now
through.
we're seeing it. Yeah, just needs one more hit, really.
Ah.
Anything will take it.
Now I see. All right, if he manages to get a cow chop out, no dash straight. Okay, I see it now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Woo! Nice with punish or buffer, doesn't matter, it worked out. Though that is a with punishable button, and it did look very much like one. And just like that, it's 5-3, I believe.
Yeah, 5-3. He's coming
Yeah, the
back.
Balrog pick is definitely working out. And I think it's due to the explosive damage that Balrog enables a player to have. Like with this neutral control, it's really showing.
Oh, are we getting another character swap? What is going on here?
Not Rose, at least.
Well, he's not
I don't
picking
think we're getting
Rose.
Rose.
It
No,
might be a
not-
Seth. Who knows? If he's going to pick Seth, that's less health, more of an aggressive tool set. Because again, whether hook or by crook, if Balrog hits you, you're probably losing about 30% minimum, guaranteed. But
sometimes even more.
oh, look, like I said, that's why I said 30% minimum, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, with Seth, I'm not too sure if he's going to pick V skill 2 or V skill 1.
Yeah, that's interesting. I also wonder if he's going to go V-Trigger 1 or V-Trigger 2, since he did speak about how he felt that V-Trigger 2's strength was kind of taken out with V-Shift, so we'll see about that. But you know what I noticed in this set? We see a lot more usage of V-Shift than we've seen in earlier sets.
Well, because
there's a lot of it.
The V skill with the cow drops, that's just an automatic, yeah, I'm V-shifting that. I don't care what you're doing or how you can counter it, I'm just V-shifting it off. Yeah, there it is. He has
Let's
picked
go green.
The thief of all moves. He just steals everything. Did he pick V-skill 1? I don't think I saw that.
V-skill 2.
He's gone with the tandem booster? He has. He's gone with the second system layout for all of them. V-skill 2, V-trigger 2. Let's see how this goes.
I mean, he has a decent range on the lights for punishes, and he has good buttons, and he has a good air approach, so it's interesting to see how ready Oswald will be to punish when it's actually punishable range. See, the axe kick is still doing work, it just has to be a bit more careful.
You know what? I don't know about his air approach anymore, because the axe kick got significantly toned down. If those are poorly spaced, Barrow's going to get a free target combo into charge V-skill 2, and Oswald has changed V-triggers as well. The last thing you want as a Seth player is taking 350 stun.
Yes. Nice usage of the crouch medium kick. But I do think that it does push back quite a bit, so using the axe kick similar to how it was used before is still viable. It's just you have to think a bit more when you're like point blank. You can still use that to annoy and kind of close down. Oh,
damn,
nice
he
attempt.
missed the amplified DP, and he's going to take 30%. Like I said, that's a minimum. So if you mess up with this character, you're probably dead.
And just like that, Oswald did not respect the attempt to punish and said, let me see if you actually can do it. Powered up V-skill right after.
You know what? Punish. I don't think he's got this down to muscle memory yet, but if Xian keeps jumping, gets the low, confirms that round. Yeah, if Xian keeps jumping, you can do EX dash upper against that. And again, that does 160 damage, and if that connects to the cannon, that's going to be 200. That's going to be a fat statement against Seth's aerial approach.
Combo to put him in the corner. That's a good usage of V-skill 2. Nice interruption and conversion. Let's go.
Damage here into the EX. Mad Cradle. Got him locked down in the corner. Goes for the heavy. Cruel Disaster. +2 on block.
You know, watching the set, I really like this character.
Lord have mercy on my soul. That was one bar. What the? Where did his health go? His health literally got backspaced on the keyboard. What? Man hit backspace on the keyboard and his health went. Jesus. That was nuts. If he takes another one of those, he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, anything at this point almost will take it. Nice jump, but he doesn't get the cross-up. Might be a bit too far.
And the command grab, the B3. Man's just laughing in your face. And do you know what? That's got mad range as well. You know, people don't talk about that thing's range.
And no input. You just press V trigger, and you do it.
Two
you
buttons,
just walk
by
forward.
the way.
You walk forward. You press 2 buttons, and you have a command throw on a 16 or something 17 frame dash. This is scary for Xian. Xian needs to come up with something right now, Jammerz. This is 5-4 now, yeah. One more for drawing it up. I think the boxer pick was great. I'm glad he didn't stop because it was working out in the beginning. He just needs to fine-tune, and it's working now.
No,
Look at this.
I wonder if he picked up Balrog specifically for Xian. Because remember, when we watched Idom and Punk, Punk's roster struggles against Poison. I wonder if Xian's roster struggles against Balrog. I could be wrong. I haven't delved into any of or much of Balrog's matches this season. I have to ask Sengan a lot of the questions. Shouts to Sengan. Yeah, he is at such a deficit right now. It is ridiculous. Gets the
Did you see that punish?
Yeah, I did.
He did V-shift and then jump forward to punish the crouch medium kick to 100 hand slap. That was just crazy. Beautiful with punish from Xian.
Obviously, look, I know some people in the chat are saying Balrog's damage is absurdly high. You have to look at the other end of it. Self's health got toned down. He's got 900 now, so him alongside Akuma have got the lowest vitality in the game. So it is going to look pretty bad. It's a grand.
I mean, you're right, but at the same time, I mean, it is really high, but it does look higher, as you say, because of Xian's character pick right now. So overextending is kind of risky. Nice activation.
So he's going to control that. Oh, okay. I thought that was going to stick around that tandem maneuver for a little while, but it didn't. Good block on that. And if he spaced those really well, Balrog can only check them. He can't catch him with his lights. I believe so.
Yeah, so you see that it still has a really good usage. The air approach is just you can't do it in your face. You have to do it from that range. Crouch medium kick slightly range-ish, and you can still kind of bully with it. Xian coming back, takes a round.
Let's see how this goes. Final round, both players have critical art on deck here, and I'm seeing people say mixed opinions about Oswald. Take it from me, Oswald's a fantastic player. I just don't think, I think people don't see this guy enough. You don't hear him talk about the game enough on social media. I don't think you see it. I think Oswald is a fantastic player.
Yeah, he's absolutely really good, and he's great at seeing the pace of Xian. That's how he's gotten a lot of damage in key situations. The way he's been kind of like knowing what Xian is looking for.
Do you know what? I'm sorry to interrupt. I was about to say, if he gets a completely grounded hit, and he's got 2 bars of B-Skill 2, I think Seth will die. Okay, spends 1 bar.
He's really close to it. Now he just runs through it.
There we go, dash straight again, try to maybe bait a throw or something. That was an audacious break there from Xian. He needs 1 clean hit from a crouching roundhouse.
You see that usage of the dash? It's so good because when it comes, it's so sudden, and Xian is just so rarely ready. There he was kind of panic teching, and that anti-air beautiful. That is a place... Yeah?
Talk to me, what are you saying? Talk to me.
You know, I feel that is a place where the dive kick is a bit worse. It is easier to anti-air, it's easier to air-to-air, and sometimes it doesn't even hit you if you back jump it and they do it in the air. So in that sense, it's definitely weaker. But I saw Xian, he landed many hits this round, but he's still going with this this thinking process, or this strategy of saving the bar to kill. Because he could have had the corner earlier and a lot more damaging opportunities, but he seems to be content with doing lower damage, saving his meter to land the kills.
You know what it is, right? Okay, I think he's going to be more obstinate with V-Skill 2, just trying to make Balrog play an uncomfortable range, but he's got an extremely good tool set up close. I think it's kind of hard for a lot of characters to fight Balrog in the mid-range. They don't want to encounter him at that range, and at the same time, they don't want to deal with his whole dash straight nonsense. I'm not saying dash straight is the be-all and end-all. Some people think that, but I think it's just hard to kind of find out what range Xian can play out with Seth. And he can't jump as much anymore because it's been significantly toned down. Like I said. He made the statement!
Oh, he did it!
Lord Jesus! That is a statement. And do you know why that works? Because that's -1. That, after the grab, it's -1 after the dash.
Brain perfect work.
Oh, man. And then, oh, Jesus Christ. I think that literally connected with the same frame the armor activates as well. And it's going to connect to the counter hit, so he does more damage. This is insane. You need to take that dash grab thing in the corner away. Please take that away.
I mean, it is strange that Balrog is still at beautiful spacing against Xian. Has been really outspacing. He's been doing a lot of the correct decisions in neutral, but he just keeps getting swung like that and lose a lot of life from jabs and from just straights themselves. So I feel like he's doing really well, but he continues to be hit like that and just dies from it.
I know. Somebody thinks in the chat that Dash EX screw smash was an accident. I can assure you 100% that was not an accident.
No.
That was nowhere near an accident.
It was a shout out to Brian F, but at this time it was not an accident. It was definitely on purpose.
Wait, have I got to blame Brian F for all this nonsense? These box players dash in my face to the dash up.
I mean, Brian F won a tournament, he says, by accident, by throw something in the corner, and then he got an accidental normal screw smash. But the dash EX is definitely intentional because that's a whole different mind game.
Let's see what he's got here. He's going to be looking for that confirmed. Does EX dash straight. Good back dash and the V reversal there as well. The maneuver is now insignificant. Looking to close out another round. Oswald has turned us around from a 5-1 deficit.
Is this the time? Is this the time the teacher surpasses? No, not the teacher, sorry. I said that wrong.
The student surpasses the master?
Surpasses the master, as we say. This is a master class.
Could be. I want to see if he's going to stick with this character.
I feel like you can see Seth's nerves in this match.
Yeah, I thought
so. You can really feel it.
He's not going to. I think he had much more success using Ibuki. I just think right now I don't think he's just sat down and said how does Seth versus Balrog work. And again, he said reshifted, toned down his play style. Didn't really see much of it there, but the dash straights were annoying him. Couldn't really do the axe kick. You know, his V reversal in every V trigger 2 that came out, Oswald. It's like that again. That Seth looks completely neutered. So what do? My only other option is go back to my third strike ninja.
Yeah, and she's good, but she's not that good. She's like she struggles a bit with the same as Seth when she gets deleted, and she doesn't delete as fast as she used to do. I mean, she could be. Wasn't there like she had characters where she could mix up them to that if she had super?
Essentially.
Yeah, but. Always still running Seth.
I don't know.
Nice.
Okay.
I like it because Seth is cool.
Do you know what? I do think he needs costume changes. Get ready for Intel World Open. In the Intel World Open, you can actually only use the tracksuit costumes, by the way. But we will see how this goes. Maybe just need the breather, change in a mental approach. I don't know. I think he needs more time to actually sit down and figure this one out because he will definitely encounter boxers in tournament play. You are definitely going to see them.
Yeah, and I think Boxer is like in the Asian region kind of more popular than in the European region at least. I know he's very popular in the American region as well. Nice confirm on a stab medium punch. He's been looking for that a lot. So that's the thing with Xian's set. It's so clean. It's about with punishes, confirms, and neutral dominance. It's like it's not about going ham. It's all about there's the punish. It's all about control.
I feel sometimes you might need to go a little ham. That was 2 bars for 35%. Wow. Again, he hit backspace on his coursework on the keyboard and he's dead. The maneuver. And again, Xian has some of the best, if not the best, V-Trigger 2 maneuver setups. I love it when I see him use that. I like Kami's setups as well, actually. Shouts to Kami.
Yeah, Kami also has a sick set. Which I think maybe that's the first time we've seen the V-Trigger 2 do work so far, and it's been a few games. Nice. The mix-up. Stay in front or go behind.
Okay, goes a forward throw. He did dash after that, and he mentioned that when we talked to him prior. This set is like after the dash, you're -4 because that was a big deal before. 16 frame dash, you're probably going to get caught out by his axe kick. So you need to do something about that forward throw, and they reduced the range on the forward throw and back throw as well. So you can't tick throw in a couple of situations too. So,
but I mean, Oswald has to be, he kind of can't be ready for the dash and check it on reaction in that scenario, I feel. So he kind of has to commit still. It's just that the commitment has a bigger reward.
I think he can.
I'm not sure, but I mean, I believe you. I think it's, when it comes from like a situation where the character is immobile, I think it's very hard to stop someone like Seth dashing. But I may be wrong.
You know what? He misses opportunity to win the game, I feel. He got the forward medium punch, but he didn't get the confirm. I know they increased the cancel window for the down, the forward hard kick in that target combo. By 3 or 4 frames, I think it was. He's going to activate anyway. He has to block this. Are we going to go high or low? No, he's going to go for the chip sequence. Oh, no, he messed up.
But he missed it.
He messed up. Damn. Oswald might take this.
Whoa. And you saw there, Jammerz?
Oh!
Just like that. No risk. Au revoir, baby. That's how we roll with Balrog. Let's go.
I love it.
Yeah.
That is how you rob someone. You just do
yeah.
dash straight right in their face. And it's like, you would not catch this.
Yeah, yeah. No, you are definitely doing that. If your character has such a great neutral control move, you're definitely going to do that. And those space sweeps only get punished by a crouching heavy kick is really good, especially since Xian is not running a V-skill where he can get something to cancel off of that crouching heavy kick.
Someone asked, could Xian chip from that health? Yes, he could have. There's an entire sequence of the V-Trigger 2, and then it wasn't even finished. He would have done a sequence into Fierce, DP into Super, and his Super, Seth Super, does an absurd amount of chip. Yeah. So that would have killed, otherwise he wouldn't have gone for it in the first place.
And you see where V-Trigger 2 is really good still for Seth is when, again, Balrog is in V-Trigger. Seeing as how that's the point where he cannot use the defensive mechanics of his V-System any longer.
I still think that's a game of chicken though, but let's see how it pans out. Good anti-other sand medium punch again, try to command grab. Good interruption from Xian, that should be the round.
Really good.
That should be the round. There you go.
Yeah,
nice
don't
and
go
easy.
for the double. Yeah, no double hand, just do it easy, make sure it kills. Don't drop that. Very nice.
Yeah.
Xian, putting one up again. It's been a while.
Going back to what I was saying before about your point with the Oswald not being able to use his defensive mechanics when he activates V-Trigger against Seth's V-Trigger 2. I still that's a bit of a game of chicken depending on the character, only because if you do guess wrong, now you've got to eat like how much stun, X amount of damage you've probably lost. However, if you survive that mix-up and then get your own stuff side, as long as you play frame tight, then they got to block or deal with your V-Trigger 2. So I do feel there's a little bit of game of chicken going on there. That's just me.
You're most right about that. I really think Xian has been good at spacing out of the dash punches so far this game.
Hey, the counter hit confirmed into the tight link. Well, I think that's a tight link. I can't really do that. Stand light kick into the tandem booster for the spin kick. That's really interesting. Good stuff there from Xian.
We have a little like evolution in the corner game where it looks like Oswald was trying to jump back in the corner after eating that throw into jump. Nice usage of the reversal. Just get out.
Down here for the dash throw, and then he tried to dash up stand medium punch. I don't
dash
see...
up buffer maybe?
Yeah, I don't think so. Power plays never do that.
Nice
I remember the dash up hard kick after the forward throw. That was like a Season 2, Season 3 thing. Before you just gone for a meaty low, just leave it. I don't think Seth can punish the meaty low from there. It's like -7, but I don't think there's a meaty low to reach. So. Just going to fling out a couple of spin kicks, get that frame advantage, but I don't think they're going to affect Balrog in the long run in the neutral, so it's not too bad.
Oh, he's trying to stay close enough to punish, but just out of like the range. But these confirms are so good and so important. Learning how to confirm the target combo is like alpha omega if you're going to be a solid Seth player.
Yeah, true. I totally agree with you there, Veggey. Alright, he's going to get
punish,
that damage, and then good. That closed the gap. No punish, but it closes the gap. I'll take that. Again, I know that move there, the enhanced 100 hands, that's more annoying against zoners. I think against Balrog it's hit and miss, but as long as you're in, you play at that weird range and let your opponent take their turn back after the -2. I think Steph can still cause Balrog a couple of issues in there. Gonna activate. Let's see what we got this time round.
We have it again. Let's go.
Throw.
Oh, nice little throw, and now left to right. Let's go. He just takes it. Throw. One more.
260 damage
That's
off of that? No, he can't do anything off that. As far as I'm aware, when the kick hits like that, they spin for a while. It looks like they can do something, but I don't think you can connect the DP or the super. I wouldn't even risk it anyway with the health Seth has.
Yeah, I mean, he was chipped damage. He would have been chipped there since he didn't have the V-bar and any block string into super there. So, but I know one of the spin kicks, I don't know if it's medium or heavy, you can definitely go into EXDP with Seth. At least you could. So that's something, it is possible, but I don't know which version. Maybe the heavy one, which is not comboable, so...
I don't know. I'd have to double check. We're not Seth specialists. If we do have a Seth specialist in the chat, please let us know.
Yeah, definitely. That will be interesting. And I mean, we can ask Xian about it later. Oh, nice.
Right, no meter there, so he's going to go for the pseudo-safe jump. Gets the grab, then it goes for the meaty. Oh, that's the trade. He could have done another dash straight there. He had enough frame advantage there, looks like it.
Can you actually buffer Seth jab into EX? Oh, nice confirm.
What, EX hands?
Yeah.
But you should be able
No, not hands. I mean EX kicks.
You can only connect into EX. When you do the EX spin kick, you can only do it from stand light kick.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
You can't do that from any other light. As far as I remember anyway, so...
Oswald was really patient on defense there and gets walked up for it, so...
Damn, do you know what? Good choice to not even try to anti-air there.
Yeah.
That was going for cross-up range, so that is pretty interesting. Good choice from Oswald there. Trapped in the corner. Xian's trying to make it 8-6 right now. Let's see what they guys got.
He's really come back after he changed to that CPT costume. Maybe he just needed that power-up, making Seth a bit more ready, a bit more on point.
Nice,
Nice
sweet.
with punish, let's go.
Okay.
And he finally anti-airs that jump out. It doesn't happen much, but when it happens, I love seeing it.
Yeah, but he's maintaining the positional advantage, and he gets clipped by the heavy axe kick there.
Yeah.
That's what happens if you anti-air stand melee punch too early. I think Oswald's going to have to try EX screw smash as an anti-air. I think that will work.
Definitely might be a good idea, and also changing up with something like Crouch Fierce that is so slow it automatically becomes a slow later anti-air. Things like that can help you, but it is hard to deal with when the dive kick is coming.
Xian needs that confirmed right now. He can't activate a block. There it is. Let's see
it
what he
is.
got. Is he going to go forward hard punch into the maneuver? What we got is Oswald going to wake up V-shift. He did not. Double V reversal. And the back throw not dead yet.
But there it is. Oh, he was doing the walk. Xian was doing the walk of a brave man, and Oswald was instant teching, throwing him back. Nice. I don't know if it was read or just like panic on defense. Xian definitely thought that he had earned more respect at that point and walked into the back throw and lost the round for it.
I'm seeing consistent, you know, conversions off the Canet forward medium punch there from Xian. Excellent stuff. You need to get that down. He makes want to play or try a Seth again.
The way he's mixing up jump like kick, not cross-up range, and the dive kick is making it hard for Oswald to anti-air.
Spaced. Okay, he went for dash up grab. If you take another one, you
Dash
get
three.
wrong, you're dead.
One more.
Oh, that's why he committed
That's the
to the mad cradle. Man, he risked it. He said, I'm not guessing. You got to take my DP and respect it. Oh, man.
And you know, it's been so many games, 13 games, and we haven't seen a reversal EXDP until there. That is crazy.
That was dangerous. It was a do or die situation. I'd go for a
Yes.
DP there myself.
Yeah. You'd hate yourself more if you take the mix-up, I guess.
All right,
if you just guess wrong.
He's flinging out those. Oh, no. He's still there. He's got to block this. He's not going to build Vimir in time, so he actually has to hold all of this. +8. Oh, what did Xian try? I think he might try to backdash or run away. You can't do that. You're locked into that situation, good sir. Damn. That's crazy.
I feel like, yeah, Xian is taking the ball on block and just chipping, going... He's not going for those like high risk, high reward kind of mix-ups that might not really be, you know, the overhead with the explosion bowl or the low, you know, that kind of mix. He's just keeping it tight every time, draining the life, and then trying to finish after.
I don't even think that's a high risk, high reward thing.
No, that's true.
I think that's just low risk, great reward, regardless, because again, the overhead's punishable.
Yeah.
And from that mix-up, you get full conversion of it, and they can't even punish you after that. Yeah. And then, or they're not going to try to. Then the low, safer block anyway, and then you get a nice conversion off a low attack that's a heavy. So.
You're most definitely right, which is why it is interesting that it's yet to go for it. Kind of. It is a hard mix-up to block. So.
All right, no command grab yet from Oswald. -2 on the dash low. Charge up V-skill again. I love it. You know, he's actually he's charged up the V-skill too at very dangerous ranges, in my opinion. But it's working out. I don't think Seth can do much about it. He'll be able to block in time if need be.
Yeah. I mean, I feel, as I felt earlier, he's really good at noticing when Xian is not going to be ready to punish it. That's a flow thing that he's really good at, and that's helped him a lot in the set, both with the dashes and the powering up of the V-skill. Nice anti-air.
All right, and he's dead off the B3 command grab once again. I like how he seldom used that, because that is a very dangerous command grab. One of the better command grabs in the game, in my personal opinion.
Definitely.
And then when you seldom use it, it becomes that much more scary.
Yeah, and I mean, on a character like Seth, the amount of damage and stun it does is really a good reward. So that is a great pick.
I think the damage did get increased by 20. I don't know why. That command grab to me has always been a stun command grab, but now they just want you to lose off of it. They want it to KO now. Just let him take the stun and then move on.
They definitely were. I think they were kind of afraid of Balrog being hurt by V-Shift maybe, so they powered up a lot from him, and it doesn't seem like V-Shift has affected the matchup much at all, if anything, because I haven't seen it from Xian yet. And Xian is a player you can expect to use something like V-Shift to stop Balrog, and I will definitely want to ask him about that later.
All right, does another dash straight. Well, let's see if Xian's going to make a comeback from this. It is looking a bit bleak for your boy. Another dash straight and the grab. I think I saw Seth start up with crouching hard kick, but he got thrown out of it before it could even connect properly. And Oswald's taking that.
Oswald's back in the lead.
8-7.
Oswald's back in the lead, finishing my storyline, Jammers.
What does he do? Is he going to stick with Seth? Or is he going to
it's,
swap?
I think the Seth is good, but I really don't think he's getting much from V-Trigger 2, and I always felt the same way about V-Trigger 2, even in last patch. It's not that good.
No,
it's not that good.
It's because, again, it's like Rose's V-Trigger 2, right? It's all about hit confirms. You got to wait for the other guy to activate his V-Trigger, have his fun, or make the mistake. And with the way the game plays, if your opponent clocks onto that, they're going to overwhelm you and never give you that chance. It can be a bit rough. But this is part of his style, right? It's part of his style.
Definitely. It's kind of, he loves to have like guaranteed situations and set up things that you can't really escape that easily. But as he said, it is weaker now, and V-Trigger 1 would let him convert a lot more when he first lands a hit, so it's interesting to see if he changes in the future. Right now, I don't think he's getting much mileage off of it.
We'll see.
In a couple of situations, maybe. Nice.
Alright. Just taking his turn back with the forward medium punch. Everyone throwing out their moves. They got negative frames there. And the sneaky dash from Oswald. Delayed dash straight. He's running away with this Veggey.
He is in the jab buffer. Did you see that? Let's go. And you cannot really force much on block now. You have to like just sit on you with your V-Trigger and wait for it to land. He's so good at those dashes. I need to ask him, what is his thought process there? It's so seldomly checked, and it's giving him so much mileage, I think.
Yeah, it's rarely checked
really good
indeed.
usage of it.
He's still got 1 bar of V-meter. So again, in this situation, this is why Veggey was saying that is -12, so it's a fat punish there. Nice and simple from your boy Oswald. It comes a game of chicken at this point, and it's like your V-trigger becomes non-existent when your opponent has the 1 bar of V-meter, so you can't do any mix-ups and blocks. So.
See, he has earned that respect after the throw, even like after the dash, even dash standing heavy. Xian has rarely been ready. It's very nice situation to look at, very interesting situations. The way he's using the dash and then the V skill too. It's like he knows what he's looking for. Is he ready for the dash now or the V skill? I'll do the opposite.
All right, gets the light confirm into the spin kick, forward hard punch, Oki in the corner. I think Oswald tried to jump out. We got clipped by the dash. It's irrelevant right now. Charge up V skill 2 again. I cannot wait until this box is optimized. No one's going to want to fight him.
Yeah.
He's doing amazing. Oswald's doing amazing right now, but when this boxer is optimized, my lord.
Yes, I think he should just stick to this boxer for now, because this is really good. Now he gets the activation.
There
we go for
it
it,
is.
finally! At the nick of time, as we say in Britain, that was really, really important. Finally, we see it.
Right, there you go. Veggey was asking about before, why is Xian not doing that mix-up when he's activated the V-Trigger 2? He's done it now. He might be pumping out a few more setups in the remaining games to come. It is a 1st to 10. And it's 8-7 to Oswald right now. Final round in this next game here.
You know, for a while, I was thinking this is going to be Xian running away with it. But ever since that borrow came, even when he was losing, I could see it, I could feel it. And here you can all see it. Nice interruption on the dash punch. I want to see 8-8 and a close set. Let's go.
Oh, there we go. Oh, he went for an arbitrary sweep, no activation, but the activation of the crouching leading kick gets the back throw for positional advantage, and he can stun him here. No, he can't. Okay. Slight miscalculation in my mind. Apologies.
Oh. He seems to be really showing him. I might dash. I might. What a confirm! Let's go! If you play Street Fighter 5 and you don't confirm, you're playing wrong. You're not playing correct. That's beautiful. Very nice. I don't think I've seen a Balrog confirm before.
Wait. I'm pretty sure they changed something about that move. I know it's easy
That's
to
the
whip
first time I
punish,
see it.
but hold on. Did they increase the window on that?
That was sick. It's nice.
Lengthen the CA cancel window by 2 frames. Yeah, so it's slightly easier. So there's more of an impetus to do that. And I love the fact that Oswald showed us that. I want to see more people doing that. I want to see more people doing that. It is a thing. And it's something that should be rarely used. Let me do...
that was so sick. Oswald. Mr. Oswald. The confirmer of things.
There you go.
Know? That was so good.
Yeah.
That's a great thing about Street Fighter 5 is those confirms. It's just doing confirms. It's so satisfying to the player, and it's a great way to skill cap things. I think confirms are great.
Yes.
I hope they stay in future Street Fighters. They're really fun to play with and around. So yeah.
All right, listen, hit confirms are a big deal because, again, if you don't hit confirm said moves, you could be losing rounds of those opportunities, and it's always those single hit confirms we are talking about. And as I did say, they did lengthen increase the cancel window by 2 frames for the stand hard punch into CA. But I see Brian F in the chat. Shouts to Brian F, doing a good job on CPT with no neutral. with Rob TV. He said that was always confirmable. Again,
Oh, really?
it's good that he said that because I've never seen a boxer player do that at all. It's good
So,
to see that.
so what is the window now? It's like super, like it's
I don't know
18
the
frames,
numbers.
19
I don't know
frames?
the numbers exactly, but I know there's a bigger window for people like me, scrubs like me, to try and confirm that if you wanted to.
Oh, no, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can confirm, Jammerz. You just like to downplay yourself.
No, I can't confirm Stan Hard Punch into Super Barrel.
Well, we'll see. We'll work on it together, and we'll see if you can get it. I'm sure you can eventually. But this is it for Xian. He needs to make all these rounds count, and he's back to the main girl.
Yeah, he's gone
Let's
back
see
to
how it works.
Ibuki. I think he had a better time. He had an extra avenue to play with in terms of the aerial approach. He didn't really have that with Seb. Mix-up potential is better as well. Let's see how he goes.
Go under? Oh, neutral jumps.
Okay, I wonder why he's neutral jumping there. Interesting.
It is interesting. Might be something with forward jumping at an earlier time. Maybe we can ask him about it later if we remember. It is interesting. It has been working out once, but that was catching a tech, so nice plus on that jump kunai.
All right, remember, this is potentially set point here for Oswald. He just has to win 2 rounds, and it's his. Xian has still got a little bit of a mountain to climb, but he's done this in tournaments, premier events, Capcom Cup, Evo, you name it, he's probably done it. He can reduce the deficit if need be, but this is an incredible box I've seen from Oswald, I've got to say.
Absolutely.
Here we go, gets the
Still
throw, trying to bait something there.
Nice, he's ready for the dash finally. I mean, he's been sneaking those dashes in, but Xian finally checking again. It's not been too much, but it's very important, and he's doing it now. Let's see if it will continue, or if Oswald will kind of get back into the groove where he finds the right positions to do it, or right moments, I should say. Nice
And the punish. Yeah, he was close enough to get that punish to the target combo, charge up the V skill 2, and if Xian gets hit again, I don't know. If your roster of characters has less than 950 and you're going up against Balrog, it could be a torrid day at the office. Oh, no. Oh.
No, what happened?
The game just said no.
No,
got
that was so nice.
And the game just said no.
Xian, you deserved that round. Was very beautiful, but doesn't matter. You didn't get it, so still have to work to get this 9-8.
He definitely wanted to cancel into the super there, but I don't know why the hits into Kazakuri didn't hit. That was so weird.
Left or right?
Yeah. No, he was anticipating V-shift. He was anticipating V-shift. That's why the neutral jump came out.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, I definitely think so too. Nice, walks in there.
Too far. Just at the tip, he couldn't get that kind of hit, crouching medium punch. Also, the crouching medium punch off the kind of hit.
He's suffocating Oswald in the corner here. Jump medium kick, jump kunai, everything.
Nice choice of words.
Nice. Yeah.
Not dead yet.
You think so? Yeah. Thank you.
Suffocate was the right word.
Yeah,
Harass,
that was a good
suffocate,
word.
overwhelm.
Nice, yeah. All of those are good, but I mean, suffocate is such a prestige word, you know. Prestige is also a good word. But Jammerz, did you see that round or that game? Xian had 3 vital dash checks. Is this the turning point? Xian finally consistently checking the dashes? Has he found the rhythm? What is going on?
It could be that. It could be the fact that the kunais, Oswald's a bit hesitant to try and anti-air them because he doesn't know if he's going to get a counter hit off the kunai into a full conversion for Xian. A lot of things. Once he's got him in the corner, I know it's Oswald just again. He hasn't really been taking throws since Xian made the first change to Seth. Been holding it down.
He had air again, as you say. Neutral jumps.
Of course. Shout out to over, we got over 2,000 viewers in the chat. Shout out to everyone locked in. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. It's great to have you
Nice
here with us.
crutch confirm. Confirming and then just linking into it. Come on, let's go. Xian is on the way back. Is he gonna make it 9-9? He's really pestering him with normals in the corner right now. Another great word.
Let's see what he does. And he walks out. No stand medium punch. He's just walking out there. Trying to get some sort of positional advantage. And he could have... Oh, I wonder what that Fuma Shuriken was for. Maybe to anticipate dash straight? Maybe something like that? I'm not sure.
Maybe something like that. It is kind of working out. He just needs...
Can it? Jesus Christ. That was 2 dashes off of that. Now you're nuts. You're nuts.
You are not checking this dash on reaction. Unless it is, of course, telegraphed, in which point you can. But he's back on V-Trigger 1, so it's definitely a choice that he is more confident with this V-Trigger in this matchup.
I guess so.
Nice neutral jump. Just can't convert.
Let's see what it is. I wonder if Oswald's going to save those. No, he's going to activate. And then
He's
that's going
ready
to
to
be
check.
the round. Good stuff. Target combo to Ryder. Let's see if he can make this 9 apiece. He's got critical art on deck as opposed to Oswald's 1 bar. Charges the V skill 2 again in that dangerous mid-range. That's crazy. No one's going to be ready for that.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and especially after seeing all those dash checks, I mean, he must have known that he can get away with those right now. Xian's been doing really good with that change since changing characters. I don't know if it's intentional or just a bit random.
Big damage there as well. Look at this. I'm telling you, I'm just going to start saying character's health just gets backspaced. That's just nice.
That's a very good word, Mr. Jammerz. Backspaced. Nice.
Oh, there you go.
I'm taking it through.
Ooh, I like that jump back. I'm not sure if he's anticipating the kunai release, but he's going to take it. Mix up from stun. What's it going to be?
Anything will take it. He
Lord
takes on the
Jesus.
right moment.
Oh my word.
He just gets out. Are we going to see walk up? Oh yeah, never mind. He's in the one now. Nice blocking.
He's dashing. Good. Crouching. Micro stepping back to avoid the throw and still defend against lows. Xian looking probably like can hit confirm or something into the super.
Yeah.
Make it 9 apiece. Yeah, he can even do the super from there.
Yeah.
The kunai hits actually.
Anything really. Oh, but that buffer.
Lord Jesus. That did a lot.
And that would be safe from blocks, so you can just do those. Very nice buffer from Oswald. Match point again.
This is it. I don't know. I think Xian should save those bars for EX kunais. There you go.
Nice. One.
He's got to do something.
Throw.
Nice backdash. Hopefully he doesn't get overzealous there. The cow drops are out. Counter hit confirmed, but did not believe. There's still one more cow drop on deck. What we got? Back throw dead. We're going to 9 apiece. One more game, ladies and gents. What we got? Whoa! What was that? Oh, you have to do it for the people. Somebody click that combo. I need that for training mode when I stream tomorrow. I'm going to practice that. I'm going to practice something. Oh, have I lost Veggey? Have I lost Veggey? He's there. He's there, but he stopped talking. I don't know. Can people hear me or can they hear Veggey? Are we gone? I don't know. Have we lost Veggey? I think we lost Veggey. I'll keep going. That's fine. But that was a good combo. All right. Is Veggey on mute? Have we lost Veggey? Okay. We've lost Veggey. God damn it. You should have been me muted. You like to hear Veggey instead. All right. I'll hold it down until we get back to Veggey. I have no idea where he's gone. But good break here. It's a 1st to 1. I know the whole Street Fighter 5 community love 1st to 1, so you're going to get it here. And now gets the mechanic confirmed into dash straight. And John at the B skill 2 again. Ooh. Okay. He got hit with a kunai. Not a lot of damage. I don't know if that's guaranteed. I'll have to check that later. That's actually pretty interesting. All right, here's the Fuma Shuriken. That's probably 1 in the set of 2. Who remembers when Fujimura got 3 Fuma Shurikens in a round? Does anybody remember that? He got that in tournament. That's crazy. Once upon a time. All right, gets the X dash straight and another one. And he dashes up, mixes up the Oki timings. He's still got V-Trigger on deck here, and Xian still got 1 more Fuma Shuriken. Activates. What's the mix-up going to be? Turning back on. I don't know where Veggey is. Veggey's left me on my ones. I don't know where he is. I want him here with me. He's probably shouting his house down right now, but he's on mute. I didn't do anything. Right, here we go. I don't want to do this by myself. I want Veggey by my side. Where's Veggey? Veggey needs to hold my hand. Gets a crush counter, stand hard kick. He walks up menacingly, throwing out that hard kick with malicious intent. Good anti-air. And then there's the back throw from Xian, but good check. And there it is. Slowly encroaching on him, but he can't get it confirmed. Probably looking for a counter hit. Good with punishing the target combo. No V system. Oh, sorry, he has got V trigger. I was looking at the wrong V meter there. EX kunai. Xian needs that confirm, or Oswald is going to win this game. Is he going to go for an audacious jump? Gets the punish. Fuma Shuriken once again. What's the mix-up going to be? He's going to take it to the corner and play it safe. And there it is. Cross-up Caltrop. No V-shift. I think he tried to catch it there, even delay tech or anything. But Oswald hasn't used his V-Trigger yet. Nearly got 2 bars. I'm still by myself. I want Veggey to help me, but I don't know where he is. Nearly there. No anti-air jab. No counter hit. Oh my god, this is getting a bit spaghetti. What's he going to do? Xian needs 1 more dash throw. He might get checked by a light kick. Please be careful, Xian. He's got 1 more kunai left. He's got no more kunais. Don't throw out hot air. Please don't throw out hot air. Good check. No Fuma Shuriken yet. Oh, the back dash. The grab. Oh, no, he threw hot air. Don't do that. Xian, don't do this to me. Oh, no. He dashed up. EX screw smash. You madman. It's the statement. I think that is the biggest cojones move in Street Fighter 5. I don't care what anybody says. I think that move has so much cojones in it. It is nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, standardize that stuff. I was about to say something else to get sacked off of Capcom Fighters. But GG's. Well done to Oswald. He done it before, and he closed out this set. Dash up. EX screw smash. Are we going to label that the Brian F? The accidental dash straight, the dash upper in your face, that wasn't an accident. That was completely intentional. He felt good about that one. I love Oswald, and so should you. That's not an optimized Balrog, but that is looking dangerous. I want you people to be following this man and keep an eye on him. If you don't know about Oswald, you know about him now. Get to know, because I got to say, after that Laura pick, he felt confident, still growing into the set, being very good on defense, getting that damage done, charging out those V-Skill 2s. I'm loving this stuff here from Oswald. Commiserations to Xian as well. Thanks for participating again. 10-9. Another 10-9 here. I think that's the second or third 10-9 we've had on it. And we got to give... I want everyone to say thank you to the players in the chat here, because, again, they took time out of their day. This was very early for them in the morning to do this. And the fact that Xian had to deal with a Balrog that early in the morning, Oswald had to deal with Ibuki and Seth that early in the morning, it takes props from me. Give props, give credit where credit is due. Good stuff there to the gentleman. We'll be inviting them back to the call shortly so we can have a chat. I'm still trying to figure out where my wingman's gone because he went MIA. I have no idea what happened. I held it down there. I wanted Veggey to be there in the closing moments for me because I wanted you to hear his voice just as much as you could hear mine about a dash up EX screw smash in your face. I don't want people being influenced by that. Listen here. Don't tell Capcom this. Listen here. That is very bad, and it's a bad influence on you people. Don't be doing that because it only works in particular situations. And I don't want to see people doing that at round start in the final round when you have 2 bars of Balrog. Just charge your V skill and play a bit of skedaddle skadoodle. Don't just go dash up and go out of here. Like, it's just weird. It's just weird. But that was a very intense set, I gotta say. It's good that we saw a variety of characters as well. We saw Boxer and Laura from Oswald. We saw Ibuki and Seth. No Rose, because obviously there's important competitions coming up for Xanties to practice for. So it's good to see the roster. It's looking like, I don't know. Long term, I don't know. I'm going to have to ask the Balrog specialist. I'm going to have a little bit of a chat with Xian later on as well. In a couple of minutes, I should say. But it looks like Seth and Ibuki do struggle a little bit against Balrog. It could be damage output. It could be Oswald as a player having good defense, hard to open up there. The V triggers that Xian was using, again, they're all about hit confirms and being in the right situation at the right time. And because V shift, you could be thinking about that part of the mental stack. You might be at a huge deficit, not be able to have that. Your opponent might have the right resources to counter that easily. It could be a number of things why it wasn't working out for both his characters. Maybe he needs a specific character for Boxer. Still think the grapplers do give him a hard time, but there is V-Shift in the game to help him out with that. After a while, Oswald stopped using it. He did stop using it, which was pretty interesting. But then again, he felt comfortable. Those guys play all the time. But again, I wanted to use today I want people, obviously we know about Xian, it's great to have him on as well, but I want more people to see Oswald's skills. He's a very, very good player. I know it says Warlord next to his name, but that doesn't tell the whole story, it doesn't paint the whole picture. I think he's a fantastic player, and we are going to get these guys in the call shortly. But I want to get an update from my stream team. Have we found out what's happening with Veggey? We haven't found out? That doesn't sound good. Okay, that doesn't sound good. All right. Do you want us to get them back into the call? Okay, that's a bit interesting. So there's a little bit of a delay on our ends. Hopefully we'll be able to get everyone back in here very shortly, because I do want to have a little bit of a chat with those two. But very interesting there. But as soon as I get an update as to what's happening, I will let you know. But 10-9, I got to say, went down to the wire. And again, this is the 10th episode. We have to bring you another juicy episode there as well. But yeah, my stream team, they are on it right now, trying to get everyone back into the call and see what's happening here. And I can see in the chat, shout out to everyone there saying GG's. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Veggey been Jammerzed. I didn't do anything. I did not do anything. I need my wingman to hold my hand. Look, this hand's empty. I need it to hold. I need someone to hold it for me. Veggey's my commentary partner here, and he has great insight on the game, so I need him back here. But we are just waiting on what's happening with the stream team and whatnot. When's Jammerz versus Veggey? That might never happen. That might never happen. Me and Veggey got to host a show for you guys and make sure you guys entertain. It's all about the voice of the players. You hear my voice and Veggey's voice each and every week on Capcom Fighters. You don't want to hear my opinion. I'll just say Poison needs to be buffed, and I want to win every first attempt if I participate in them. But we have to give these. We have to give the players the voice they deserve. No holding hands in the pandemic. Oh, we can do a Bluetooth spot. You know, Bluetooth's there for a thing. Social distancing. I get my 2-meter ruler and just hold my hand from there. We can hold the 2-meter ruler together. You know what I mean? But Yeah. Let me see. I have been told earlier that it's something that's acting up on someone's end. I'm not sure what's happening there, but I would like another update. Is still nothing going on, Stream Team, or is it still? All right. Still waiting on some. We're still waiting on some things to fix up. Do apologize, and thank you for your patience and time, because we do want to get everyone into the call and have that discussion there. Poison needs to be buffed. I want her luxurious damage back, but I'm only just trolling. Now, Poison's fine. When's Jammerz entering a tournament? When I feel like it. That's literally it. But it's not about me. It's about the players at hand we had today. I would love to show you some replays, but we are getting something sorted here as well. But, again, let me see there. I mean, one thing I definitely do want to ask Xian is he going to find a counter pick for Balrog? If we do have any Balrog specialists or Ibuki or Seth specialists, tell me about, the matchup against Balrog. Because, again, he's been held in high regard. He's been causing terror in multiple regions. Some people at one point thought he was the best in the game. I don't agree with that. I think he'd be a solid top 10 character. But the other strengths are there. He got multiple buffs for no reason. I feel no reason, but who am I to judge? I'm not part of the balancing team. But again, I think it's just a case of we just got to roll with it. And look, again, I don't know when the next balance patch is coming out, but Balrog is here to stay. I don't know. I'd like to hear Xian's opinions on Seth after that set there, because that was looking a bit torrid. The health deficit or disadvantage, stun was lower as well, Balrog hitting hard, all that jazz. It was pretty difficult there. Who won? Oswald did. 10-9. If you can find, you can literally rewind the stream a little bit. You can see how Oswald closed it out. I don't condone that behavior, but in a tournament, last game, last round, you want to do that sort of thing. I don't condone it, but if that's how you're going to close out a set and it's something to catch your opponent off by surprise, because Balrog does have an incredibly fast dash, you can do that. Why does Capcom only host UK tournaments? That is wrong, because there was a tournament that happened over the weekend in the West Coast in the States. I don't know if you kept up with the CPT, and before that they done Latin America as well. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the CPT, and before that they did it in Japan. So it's not only in the UK. We do a show from the UK, but we don't only host tournaments here. There's tournaments hosted worldwide all over. Make sure you follow the Capcom Fighters YouTube channel on Twitch to find out when they're on. Again, we saw some great action over the weekend. Shout outs to Ultra David and Vicious on the mic holding it down, as well as Brian F and Rob TV for hosting the No Neutral show. But yeah, that is it. We don't specifically host tournaments in one country specifically. Can you get Capcom to buff Blanca? No. Blanca is not getting buffed. I can tell you that much now. I hope WSO comes back. Maybe. It should come back in the near future. When things are, back to somewhat normality and regulations. We should be able to do maybe WSO or something. Sets had NYC and EU. Yeah, look, you can go back and look at the archives. There's so many things we try to do internationally. We want to bring as many international guests on here as we can, because we want to give the players the voices they deserve. And in a couple of moments, hopefully we can get Xian and Oswald back into call to talk to us about that set. And I'll have my hand, my partner, Veggey, coming back to hold my hand. I said about I have my hand. My hand's already here. Can you tell us more about Oswald for people who are just hearing about him? So Oswald is from Singapore. He enters a lot of tournaments that Xian enters well from that region. He did place third in the online CPT for Southeast Asia 2. There it is. There you go. That's the result. That's his best result in recent times, I believe. But he's added to his roster. He's known for Laura, and he added on to, when Poison came out, he added Poison to his roster as well. That's why I had to ask him about the Poison edition, because that's what Idom is known for, and he picked up Poison for Street Fighter League, and that became his iconic duo. And it's a very strong duo. I've seen in multiple different things. And then he added...
Hello, Jammerz.
Oh, you back? He's back.
Yes, we're back. All three of us. Let's go.
He's back. I'm not alone. I'm not trapped in the Shadow Realm.
Sheesh.
Lord have mercy. I was dying here. All right, gentlemen. Right, Veggey's there. Veggey, you can hear me.
Yes, I'm here with the boys.
Oswald, can you hear me?
Waiting.
Yes, I can hear you.
Xian, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, good. Right, I'm not trapped in the Shadow Realm. That's brilliant. All right, cool. So, gentlemen, apologies about that. I was there waiting for you guys to come back. But again, Oswald, congratulations on winning that set. A very close set between you two, and it's definitely shown the player-to-player matchup between the two because that was constant back and forths there.
Yeah.
I've got to ask Oswald first. What made you gravitate towards Balrog?
Balrog is pretty good this season, especially with the great buff towards the dash punch and the Whiskey 2 cancellation.
Yeah.
Therefore, there's a lot of good matchups for Boxer because Boxer can fight zoners. Yeah, can especially fight zoners like Poison, Ryu,
And Menat as well, right?
Because I never fought any Menat yet, so I'm pretty not sure. So I think he's still slightly Boxer favor. Yeah, from what I have experienced during the past few seasons. Yeah, I think it doesn't change much towards the matchup for Boxer and Menat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff, because I mean, I can see that your Balrog is still in the works, but it's still pretty much a very big threat, and you're definitely taking advantage of the new changes that you got to make things easier for you across the board. And I feel your roster now, you know, Laura, Poison, and Balrog is definitely one that a lot of people in your region are not going to want to fight. I mean, that's definitely looking good for you and for your CPT that's coming up in a couple of months. I imagine you're doing good training for that. Is that right? Are you doing good training for that, Oswald? Oh, have we lost Oswald? They say we lost him.
No, I think it's... Oh, do you guys lost him?
I think maybe Discord is... Oh, you can hear him?
I can hear it.
Oh,
Okay,
I can't
we
hear Oswald.
can't.
Have we lost him?
Yeah, I think so. There's a Discord relay issue. This is really unfortunate.
Okay, that sucks. We can still hear Xian, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can hear me too.
Okay, cool. While we try and get Oswald back, I would like to ask Xian.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, is he back? Okay, cool. All right. Sorry. Oswald, if you didn't answer that question, do you mind answering it again? Is your training going well for your upcoming CPT and the Intel World Open with those characters you're using?
I still currently in training process for my Boxer. Yeah, because it's quite tight for the Inter-World Open qualifier for Olympics. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
more
so-
power to you, so.
But how long have you been playing Balrog now?
I start Balrog for during the new season come out.
This season?
Yeah. I think it's a 3 months Boxer.
Whoa, and you dismantled, or not dismantled, it was a very close set, but you managed to beat your demon, Xian, with a 3-1
yes.
boxer. Is this character like clicking with you, or do you find him like easy to learn? What is the process behind coming so fast from starting and to being able to beat someone that you've considered like unbeatable before?
Because I use hitbox for Boxer and same goes well with Laura and Poison. Yeah. So I think Boxer is easy for me to learn throughout the process. So I have to study the Whiskey 1 and Whiskey 2 those matchup. So I really, because I used to watch video from those top players, Boxer like Smart. Yeah.
That's a great learning source. Looking to Smug for guidance.
Oh
when
yeah.
he's cooking. The cooking guidance, maybe.
Well, Chef Smuggles, yeah.
Cooking book.
It's definitely
Chef
a thing
Smuggles
there.
Cooking book.
Now, I want to ask Xian about the Seth versus Boxer matchup specifically. That looked difficult. Has that always been difficult, or is that maybe like a personal thing, personal demon of yours as a character, Boxer?
No, actually, we play really a lot. So actually, during casuals, I think Bookie and Boxer and Seth like went really about the same.
Okay.
So yeah, but he was playing better with Boxer against Seth today. So I feel I didn't really know how to get in. Like it was kind of uncomfortable. I don't know what. I was stuck in between. His momentum picked up during in the mid game, and I was not too sure what I can do.
Yeah, it definitely looked like that throughout this set. Because I don't know if it's because you don't want to like be taking too many risks because of the low health both your characters have. You know, with the combination of Barrel doing too much damage as well. If you do make that mistake, so it definitely looked like mid-range. There was a lot of questions that need to be asked, and I'm pretty sure you'll find the solution in days or maybe weeks to come regarding that. But also, I wanted to ask as well. You didn't think about using V-Trigger 1 at all with Seth. I'm not sure if that would have made a bigger impact on the matchup. You start with V-Trigger 2 and it was, for me, it felt like a game of chicken. If Oswald didn't activate his own V-Trigger, you couldn't use it. And if you weren't going to hit confirm it, you couldn't use it either. And I feel in a lot of matchups or against a lot of styles, that's pretty hard to use. I don't know, is there more consideration for you learning V-Trigger 1 or are you just going to stick with the V-Trigger 2 for now?
I think I used all the time for V-Trigger 2. I was kind of commit to it already. And I didn't want to, because I have more than one character, I didn't really want to continue using another V-Trigger. Like I have Ibuki and I spend the rest of the time on Rose. It was a bad choice. Yeah, so so I spent a lot of effort on V-Trigger 2. So I feel like I want to play with V-Trigger 2 and it's not something that I feel, I think it's still really good. Like V-Trigger 2 is still possible to use. It's just that with V-Shear and stuff, things change later. So I need to learn the new style of how to implement it in the game, and I just enjoy it more. I think V-Trigger 1 is it's a little bit too boring for me.
Okay, I can understand that. It doesn't look like a Xian V-Trigger, but sometimes it feels like you might just need to go to the mundane stuff and, you know, because V-Trigger 1 is, to me, it's like it just gets the job done. Lack of creativity, because you like your creative stuff, like you said before, but I felt just maybe one or two of those matches you could have experimented with it, see how it went. But I can understand that, and I'm sure you will definitely find a solution, a different way to play Seth, because again, you're one of the most creative minds we have in the FGC internationally, so I'm looking forward to that. Another question I have for Oswald. So, Oswald, a lot of people, again, they don't know about you, and I want more people to know about you, whether it be through online, you know, offline if it comes back, and when it does come back. One thing I wanted to ask you, have you ever wanted to be a pro player? Because you're very close to Xian, you play with him a lot, he is a pro player. Have you ever wanted to dip your hands into the pro player, fighting game player lifestyle, or is it just something that's a pastime for you?
For now, I thought about it. So, yeah, during the pastime, I do really want to become a pro player, just like Xian. Yeah, so that I can travel around the world to compete and trying to be the best of the world. Yeah, so I still trying my very best to train up with my skills. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, because I think there's a lot of potential. I like watching you. I've watched you for a little while now, CFN, tournaments, and I think you have what it takes. So please keep playing so I can keep watching you.
Yeah, and Oswald, do you think that if you were playing in a region like America or a region like Europe, that it would be easier for you to gain the exposure needed for to become a professional player? Do you think that the region you're in is so, in addition to not having that many tournaments, it's also a very high level when there's like Southeast Asia majors? These tournaments are really packed with some of the toughest competition. So do you think if you were competing out of Europe or America that you would be at a closer stage to your dream as a professional gamer?
Yeah, I have thought about it because I really want to travel around the world to gain the experience during the tournament and some casual trainings, because I think that this is the most important part, to gain some experience with all the other top players, so that even if I lose, right, I won't feel salty because I still need to gain some experience from them. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think because I don't have much tournament experience during the past, because I only travel around Asia region. Yeah, so I haven't been go to America, UK, yeah, all those. So if I want to travel around America, that would be great for me. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hopefully in the near future, you'll be able to do that, and more. You can showcase your skills to more of the world, because again, our biggest demographic in the FGC is America. So hopefully they'll get to see your skills, not just in the online CPTs, but in future offline CPTs to come. Hopefully they come soon. Right, so I got asked this question to both Xian and Oswald now, because I ask everyone that comes on this show, because this is a time for you to speak up about anything regarding the game. I'll start with Xian first. If there is one thing you could change about Street Fighter V right now, what would it be? A character, the mechanic, anything? What would you change?
Wow, I need some time to think. I actually have the answer, I forgot. Oswald, how about Oswald first? Let me think.
Okay, let's see. Let me ask Oswald why Xian tries to think. Literally threw his boy under the bus. Okay, so Oswald, if you could change anything about Street Fighter V right now, your character, mechanic, I know Arturo and Zaffarino that came on before, they mentioned online. Anything that comes to mind, what would you change about Street Fighter V?
Firstly is, of course, the netcode.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. Second is about the character, especially the Urian.
Oh, okay.
To make sure the cross AV, right, cannot be cancelling on block. That would be fair, right?
Oh.
Which?
Crouching heavy. He doesn't want that to be cancelled.
Yeah, on block. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah,
because
because if cross AV cannot cancel on block, I think it still is quite strong. Yeah.
Damn.
Because I think the cross AV makes Urian look stronger. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what? I was not expecting that. He went for a specific button, because usually off of a crouching fist, obviously on hit you can hit confirm with the second hit, and on block you can literally cancel into the metallic sphere or cancel into the Aegis reflector, get a mix-up. So not being cancelable on block. Okay. I mean, now that he's brought that up, I wouldn't necessarily snipe Urian for that. Urian's a good example, but I mean, there could be other characters regarding that. But I mean, that's a very interesting change. It might happen in the future, it might not. I mean, if they can stop Wake Up V-Trigger 1 being a thing, I'm pretty sure they could stop Crouching Hard Punch being special cancelable blocks. That's an interesting one. Xian, do you still need a little more time, or have you got your answer?
Yeah. I got my answer.
Okay, talk to me. What we got?
I'm just gonna freestyle it. Okay, there's a lot of things, of course.
Please list them all. I don't care what they are. List them all.
Maybe you could have made the V trigger, fix it a little bit. I think the V trigger is very imbalanced throughout the cast.
Okay.
I think the game generally can be a lot more fun if the V trigger can be changed to something else. Yeah, I think the V trigger is what makes people tilted about the game. But like overall, like they do have fun playing the game until the V trigger comes.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. So you mean like make the fun factor appear in a match earlier, or just completely change the V triggers across the board?
Yeah, like, I mean, like when people complain about like Cammy or like characters, they actually complain because of the V trigger dive kick. It's all like when they complain about Urian, they complain about the V trigger, the mirror. Yeah, it's always about the V trigger. Like if the V trigger can do a lot less damage, or like doesn't have the so like you don't have to work too much around the V trigger, that would be good. I think a lot of the top players like that, you do have to work around. Like you see players backing off to the back of the stage when opponent get their V trigger. I think V trigger is something that it's a big part of the game. It's too big of a part of the game.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, maybe if you take away the V trigger, like you will see more. It still be the same game, but like just something different. Maybe in V trigger mode you do a lot less damage.
Okay, I mean, look, it's food for thought. I definitely understand where you're coming from, because some characters, they look extremely bland without their V-triggers, but then they turn into a completely different character when they do. Colleen was a very good example of that before they gave her V-trigger too. I still think there's one or two bland ones out there as well. But Xian makes a fair point. I think a lot of the complaints you hear about the game is actually not the characters, it's actually their V-triggers, because they are essentially the comeback mechanic. Then we can talk about comeback mechanics, because it's like, what should the comeback mechanic be? But I mean, I That's a very interesting one. Is that your primary concerns, Yanni? You got any more things you want to mention? Because that was very
I
interesting.
think I got a million things, but like I can just randomly think of some. Like
I mean, give me one more.
zoning
Give me one more.
Okay, I think zoning characters are after so many years, the top tier has been staying the same. I feel that the shift of the meta has never been there. Like a lot of characters, after many seasons of fixing, it still doesn't. The top doesn't go all the way to the bottom. The bottom doesn't go all the way to the top. It's always like
The
they
same.
just change one tier, up down. I think it's good if you can see, like one season you see Rashid, Akuma, Karin, or like Kemi, and next season you see Fang, Alex, like a complete shift of the tier. I think would be interesting. Like that will make players who if they main the wrong character, they don't feel like
They wasted their time.
Yeah, they don't feel like they wasted their whole life. Like 5 years. Like around the last 5 years, like this may be the happiest time. For K, Alex, those people are. It may be their happiest moment, but then like, are they S or A tier? Yeah. If they are not.
I can understand where you're coming from, but I have to boil that down to the initial character designs, because again, you've probably heard about in the community yourself as well, Oswald and Veggey. Characters like Akuma and Kami will never be bad because of how they're designed from the get-go. They can never be bad because of how many options they have. Obviously, Rashid's a new character, SF5, but you've seen that archetype and how that character moves in different other games, right? It's just how it works. So you might have to completely remove a particular aspect about their gameplay or just add extra tools, because it's not as if Street Fighter or Capcom cannot add moves. They've done it before. They gave Kami an air throw. They gave Zangief his headbutt back. They gave Dhalsim a down back medium kick. They gave Fang a flying move. I'm pretty sure they can add stuff to make these characters better. So that's another interesting thing as well. The shift in balance towards the characters.
Yeah, they're very safe when it comes to balancing. I think they can be a bit more bold, because like it's okay for pro players. It doesn't really matter, because a lot of pro players just switch to the better character usually. But then if they make the characters big changes, the people who play character specialists for like those weird characters, like lower tier characters, like even pro player want to switch to Fang or 4K, they can't do it, in a short time, just because of the experience like the rest of the player already had. So this will change up the whole, more interesting to see, I think. So you won't see like the same character winning for sure. Like you just want to make it that way.
Interesting. I mean, Veggey, what are your thoughts on that? That's an interesting point made by Xian.
I think those. If I was to like reply bluntly, I'd say that some characters might be dangerous to have too strong, thinking about the health of a game, because of how people then would react to losing to them. Because in my opinion, at least, different characters feel the losing to them feels different. So that might also be a thing. Yeah. So I think if Alex was powered up, let's say again now, so much so that he was one of the best characters, I think losing to him would create a lot of frustration. But that could also be said about characters that are top tier. So I get where he's coming from, but yeah, it's like he's more experienced. He's played more fighting games, so it's hard for me to judge that opinion. But I do think it could lead to those situations where a season feels like these are really wild characters that were kept low because of their design. It's hard to say. Yeah.
It's a very difficult one. I mean,
but you mentioned bringing in moves. Where is Zangief Green Hand? I want to do jab buffer Green Hand. Where is it? Thank you.
That's the only reason you're going to play Zangief if Green Hand comes back. No one cares about you playing Zangief with Green Hand.
Yeah, I mean, like, I also think that charge characters, they should have more charge characters in this game. I feel that a lot of people who play charge characters, they cannot play this game because like there's no real charge character in this game. I think that will bring the player base a lot more, something that I would like to see.
Okay, that's another interesting.
Yeah, there's no real charge character in this game. Like, people who do charge character, they can't turn fireball. That has been the way, I don't know why, for many years that I know. But then there are no real charge character in the game. So that really like delete a lot of the player. who can't play because they have to learn how to throw fireball after 20 years, you know.
All right, listen, another fair point. I mean, Oswald, how do you feel about, just going back to Xian's point before about the V-triggers making or breaking the game, essentially, and being basically the pinnacle of complaints. A lot of people complain about that. How do you feel about V-triggers as a whole in Street Fighter 5?
To be honest, I haven't thought about it. Yeah, so I think there are some V-triggers like Urian, Laura, those comeback factor really high. Yeah. So I'm really not sure about how they gonna adjust about the V-triggers. So maybe they will add some more tools that make them more powerful. Yeah. Because I still really never thought about it for the V-trigger part. So
Oh, no, that's completely fine. And look, any answer is a good answer for me. Again, I don't care how small or big the answer is. Everyone has an opinion on this game, and I want people to hear more of the Oswald opinion, which is why I have to include you and ask these questions to you as well. I mean, Veggey, have you got any other questions for these two?
Yeah, I know, Xian, back in Street Fighter 4, I feel like there are a lot of players that are not present anymore, but that might just be because I don't look into your scene anymore. But you remember like Leslie, Sagat, these kinds of players, are they still playing actively or have they dropped out?
Yes, Leslie is still one of the top players here in Singapore, and this season Sagat is a lot better. So
he's back on Sagat?
He's doing a lot of damage right now with
Nice.
Sagat. Yeah,
So we might see him in the qualifiers?
Yeah, he's definitely going to be in the qualifiers. I don't think anyone has a guaranteed win against his Sagat.
Nice.
Like I just lost to him the last tournament too. This Sagat, he's really strong this season. So this season will be pretty interesting. For us, will be a very interesting season.
Yeah, that would be great to see these players back because we haven't seen that much of them the last few years.
I can't wait. Do you know, Veggey, this is going to be it's a harsh reality. It's going to be scary. Do you know there's going to be thousands of people who don't know who Leslie is?
Yeah, that is wild.
That's
that is a staple name
scary.
that is a staple name as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
so I remember, yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, have you got any more final questions before we let these two gentlemen go? Because I know one of them wants to sleep.
I'd really just like to thank them for their time today. And as always, it was a great set. Congratulations to Oswald. I didn't get to congratulate him after the set because of the Discord relay server issues. Luckily, it got sorted. And thanks a lot for taking your time and joining the show for the first to 10, Xian and Oswald.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. So hopefully we can have you guys on soon once again. Maybe against each other, maybe against other people from your region as well. But again, Veggey said thank you. I got to say thank you to you guys. We got to love them and leave them. I'll talk to Xian later about some manga and whatnot because I haven't spoken to him about that in a little while. But make sure you follow these two on their respective social medias, as you can see on the screen. Xian, I'm pretty sure he's going to stream and watch this back probably tomorrow in the next couple of days. Give Oswald a follow on Twitter as well. He might not be as talkative as the rest of the community, but he definitely does his part. And make sure, if you are nosy like me on CFN, hit him up on CFN. Oswald SG. He is a warlord, and he's working on that boxer. I'm definitely going to be peeping that boxer in the future. So, we got to say goodbye to these gentlemen. We got to close out this show. So, Xian, Oswald, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll have a chat with you once again soon.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Jammerz and Veggey. See you guys.
See
you guys.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
All
awesome,
right.
Jammerz. What a set. It started to look like we're going to have a one-way streak with Xian just running away with it. What was it, 5-1?
5-1.
And then everything changed. I mean, even when he was losing with the Balrog, you could see him mounting the comeback, and he suddenly took the lead. And then I didn't get to watch the last round, and I heard it was crazy pixel something.
Dude,
you'd have to relay that for me because I was looking at all these issues.
He done dash straight. Sorry, he done dash out EX screw upper again to close out
again.
The game. He done it again.
No way.
He closed out the day with dash out EX.
You know, at
nuts.
the end of the day, it's a guess, and it's a 50-50, I guess, in that situation. If you
I think
discard
it's the wildest thing because again, forward throw in the corner, dash up is -1, right? And then if you are going to do that, if you've got a 3-frame, the armor's going to kick in on the 3rd frame of that move anyway, so the armor will win and it will kill it. So that's absolutely insane to me, and the fact that he closed it out there was nuts. I think he did say they go back and forth regarding that. Maybe he just needs to work on developing a different style, a more Season 5-ish style. for himself, Xian, because it did look a bit rough at times. I can't wait to see how that Boxer pans out for when their CBT does come around. And then, again, hopefully Leslie's in that tournament by the time that comes around as well. But it was interesting what he said about the V-triggers, because it's like, again, it's...
It's a good point.
We're
really good point.
We're talking about V-triggers, not so much... Well, okay, outside of like 1 or 2 zoners doing your whole neutral thing, it is a bunch of V-triggers we are moaning about. They are some of the highest complained things about in Street Fighter 5.
Take even Urien. When you play against Urien pre-V-trigger, I mean, sure, he has like some let's play neutral with specials moments, but he is really like button C character.
He's obnoxious. He's basically obnoxious.
But it feels like any damage he does before he's in V-trigger 1 is kind of just like a bonus, and then V-trigger 1 comes and you might lose the round no matter what health you are on. So that might be where the frustration is coming from. So I can understand that point of view, and that it's not actually the character itself, but more of the comeback tool for the character that people are not really happy with sometimes.
Yeah,
it's a fair point, I think.
Because again, if we have to put it in the community terms, a lot of people do feel robbed in a lot of these rounds.
They do.
But then again, some aspects of the game and some situations against certain characters, it does feel extremely unfair, because again, you block for a certain period of time, then you press one button, and it's like, right, obviously you have 90%, but it's the possibility of you losing the entire round now. Not that situation back to some sort of neutral or slight Oki advantage here. It's no, it might be curtains for you. So you mentally check out and go, right, next round. And that's what happens with Xian's characters there against Boxer. It's like, okay, sometimes he had to overcommit, he had to do things he didn't want to do. And Balrog has to go, you know what, you look like a mosquito. If I do hit you, you're dead. But that essentially, that's what happens. And it's like, well, what actually happened? What did I do wrong? And sometimes you don't do much wrong. And
I agree.
Certain things have gravitated from... One thing I'd like to add on to Xian's point is certain things have gravitated from the V-triggers, and they've gone to the V-skills now. Now it's the V-skills. Some of them are causing problems, because look, that was Balrog's V-skill.
Yeah.
That was Balrog's V-skill.
That's a good point. Some of these V-skills are really potent and kind of like shuts down. It's changed, like they get a whole matchup chart just changes based on the V-skill coming. Like Zangief used to destroy Balrog, but now Zangief players feel like they cannot do much against Balrog.
Yeah, because that was a problem. That was a blatant problem for Balrog before. It's like, wait, you actually can't play against Zangief. So they tried to...
now it's just turned around.
Yeah, now they try to fix that problem. But then, right, when they're kind of directing, they're trying to fix something to call or fix a specific issue, then you go, right, but what about the rest of the cast? And it goes, well, again, it's hard to balance these games. Because again, we saw some things, it's like, right, that was specific for said character. Remember when Cody got his EX projectile, he got 3 hits of durability? We saw that against Guile. We said, oh, that works, that helps him against Guile now. But then what about against other characters? That might be problematic for them. Then you got Balrog's V-skill too. He couldn't necessarily play. His toolset might have been obsolete against Zangief. But now, it's fixed. But then you look against the other cast, or the rest of the cast, it's like, I can't play against Balrog now. Like,
yeah. And I think that the change in that matchup itself was huge. It seems really hard to deal with Boxer, but that's just from the outside. I might be completely wrong. It's not a matchup I study, so don't take my word for it. But it seems like it's just changed up. That's the complaints I've heard from the Zangiefs. But you know, Zangiefs are really sad most of the time when it comes to their character. So they might just be overdoing it. Who knows?
Look,
but
we're not developers. We're commentators. We're hosting this here. We're players at the end of the day, first and foremost. A lot of the stuff we do in this community would not be happening if there weren't players playing the game. I still think the game is in a pretty decent place. A couple more tweaks here and there. Obviously, everyone has their opinions. I don't know if certain things are going to be changed in the next balance patch when that is happening in months to come. They might be moving on to the next Street Fighter game. Who knows? I don't know. There's still characters on the way. We still got to look out for Aura, Akira, and that mystery character that's coming to the game. But
I'm
now,
really excited for Akira. Jammerz. I think she might be a neutral heavy. You know, let me give you my dream character in three words. Dream character for me has a whiff punish like Birdie, confirm like Rose, the crouch meaning kick slow but good for range, and crouch heavy punch from Rose, so it's not overpowered, and like a check button that's something between Birdie's crouch jab and a normal crouch jab. That is my dream character with decent walk speed. So it's like good anti-airs, but not overpowered. You have whiff punishes, confirms, but you don't have much else. That's all you have. You just walk around with buffers, confirms, and anti-airs. And whiff punishes.
Look, if Akira
That's my dream.
Look, I'm a poison player. If Akira can't change her jump up, I don't care. She's losing to Poison. Because I'll just anti you free each and every time. But someone makes a fair point, Nerf Ego. There's an excellent point. Many people don't take into consideration that to change one thing affects the whole of the rest of the game. That's what you have to remember. One frame in fighting games, you've essentially changed the whole game. It might affect a certain character or matchup, but in your perspective, but one change changes the entire game. Again, let's take an example from Poison. EX mid heart rate went from +2 and block to +1. That changed the entire shift of the game and how she plays. It's still a nuisance move. I still think it's a very strong EX move. However, the whole game got shifted, plus the introduction of V-shift.
But only for 3-framers, because 4-framers don't notice these nerfs, and I never got that. Cammy's frame traps and tick throws were taken out for 3-framers, but for 4-framers, you didn't notice the change. It's like you need to consider that characters. It's not like they just lose to 4-frame characters, and that's why they have a 3-frame or a +1 mix-up instead of a +2. So when they put a +2 to a +1, that character is not changed for a 4-frame character, but it's very much changed, as they say, for a 3-framer. It's a very big difference, and that's just one frame.
It's crazy, and we could talk about this for the whole night on end because it's a podcast topic in itself entirely. But we got to do the closing moments of this show. Are we allowed to pull up that Intel World Open graphic? Did you guys manage to get that? We don't have it? All right, cool. The Intel World Open is happening. Make sure you check out the Twitter account and follow on the website as well to find out. The registration will be happening soon. We couldn't find it, unfortunately, but do not worry about that. Once again, congratulations to Oswald for winning tonight's set. That was absolutely fantastic. Richard, can we roll the Red Bull Kumite stuff? Actually, do that first. That's great. Do that first. Do not forget, if you want to see more Street Fighter 5 action this week on Damascus's channel, we have Wanted, the champion. He's looking to get a 10-win streak going up against Leo here, Mr. Crimson. It was his birthday a couple of days ago. He's turned 26. So if you haven't wished him happy birthday, head on over to his Twitter account, wish him a happy birthday, let him know, and tell him he needs to stop playing Dalsim. You can tell him that, but that's what the guy is going to be rocking with.
Unless he wants to continue winning.
And then again,
I think Dalsim is a good pick.
Someone that is going to be on the lineup for the Red Bull Kumite's talent, he's going to be joining the Wanted series, going up against MQS Reinhardt with that Uranus. Going to be an interesting matchup. I'm pretty sure MQS is going to be preparing and loving that one. I think Fang does pretty decent in that one. And then there's something I'm not very fond of, an Ed Mirror. That's going to be interesting because the losing Ed is definitely going to tell you about Ed's family from the 1900s. So that's going to be interesting to watch. So that's definitely my entertainment for the week. And then what else do we have? Do not forget, this happened last Saturday where we had Hurricane. I think it was Hurricane that took it, right? The European fighters, yeah. And we had Mr. Crimson come second. And Sengan came third. Shout out to Shoryu Sengan, putting in that work. Another barrel player, very strong in the European region. But there's going to be another European fighters happening this weekend. Make sure you follow those two accounts, at ShaxLDN, at FGC Momi. If you want to see the European side of the stream, head on over to twitch.tv/ShaxLDN. The registration is open and you can let him know through Momi or Shax. And do not forget as well, Salt Mine is working round the week and round the clock with their weekly schedule. They have exhibitions on the Monday, first of 3, 5, 7s and 10s. They have King of the Salt Mine on the Fridays, and on Sunday we didn't have a ranking event because we had to do a EU Elite Guard tournament, myself and Flexis. Shouts to Flexis for holding down me on commentary with that. But we'll be back to the regular status quo of the EU Open bracket there. Make sure you follow Salt Mine on their Twitter account, and then the stream will be up on twitch.tv/Salt Mine League. There it is. Do not forget, the Red Bull Kumite is vastly approaching us, ladies and gentlemen. These are the invitees right now. Tokido, Hurricane, Idol, Mr. Crimson, Kawano, Vega Patch, Smug, Problem X, and then the newly announced for this past week, Takamura, Oil King, part of the Red Bull family, Bonshan, and Luffy there. Still 3 more invitees, and they're going to be doing a graphic for Shaquille, who won the LCQ in the UK before. And of course, this is going to be your commentary team and your talent lineup. It's going to be Damascus, Reinhardt, Z's making a special appearance. We got Tyrant there. Kayani's going to be there as well. Hope she's doing well. And F-Word there. Make sure you catch it on twitch.tv Red Bull. We'll be talking about it next week as well. But make sure to keep you guys in the loop so you stay reminded that this event will be happening. First offline event of the year, one of them. But yeah, that's going to be it. Oswald bringing out that boxer. The Brazilian Bonita didn't work, so we had to bring out the Raging Buffalo. Seems like
Raging Buffalo indeed. That slaps you in the face and you are dead. That's a slap from full screen and you die, Jammerz. You are dead. Dead.
All I can say is do a little bit of lab work on Boxer, and even if you do the lab work, he still might hit you for 40%. But
and you might try to V-shift him, but you might still not make it and get slapped again. So yeah. strong character this season. Let's put it that way.
Very
that is a
strong character.
Fair assessment.
He's here to stay. He hasn't won a CPT yet, but he's here to stay. Apparently, the Barrow players want to cross up. I don't know how you feel about that.
You can have a cross up when your dash punches are not that destructive anymore. I'll trade a cross up for that any day.
It is what it is. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you follow myself at Jammerz Veggey at Veggey SF. I was at Veggey _. That was crazy. But then Veggey, I gotta give the podium to you, man. Last words, closing moments. What we got? Is it Dhalsim again or is it Balrog this time?
You know, there is a character with long limbs in Street Fighter V. Very good still, as proven by tournament results. I don't really remember the name.
Not
maybe
Fang?
I'm not sure. No.
Not Rose. She's got a Gucci scarf.
No, Rose. I rumored she's not that great. I don't know if it's true. I really like playing her, but Dhalsim. It's Dhalsim, and I'm your favorite Bit Veggey. Thanks for watching today. Discord relay is over. What can you do? What can you do?
I know what we can do. We can close the show and then go about a day and keep playing Street Fighter. Make sure you stay safe, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Sets with Xian and Mena RD. Do we have that graphic before we roll? Do we have that graphic?
That's exciting.
If we have that, can we? Yes, there we go. This is going to be happening next week.
Go.
Make sure you tune in next week.
Shine.
Love this guy. I haven't spoken to him in a while. Mena RD, a Capcom Cup champion. Want to pick his brains about why he's playing half the cast instead of sticking with Bertie and Abigail. But we'll see how it goes. Make sure you tune into Capcom Fighters next week here with Mena RD and Shine. All right, now we close the show. Keep on street fighting. Stay safe. And we'll see you guys next week. So until then, take care, guys.
やりすぎちゃったな。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。今は時間がないの。
答えろ。仁義は果たしたぜ。